Hello, everybody. It is the second edition of the Tuesday night marathon broadcast from the world famous Mechanics Institute Chess Club. And sitting next to me, I am FIDE Master Paul Whitehead, and sitting next to me is International Master Prasanna Rao. Rao. Okay. And we're going to look at a few games here. Juan, could you pass me my water? I'm going to get my water here. From the Tuesday night marathon. And, okay, so we've already had one game here that will go very quickly. This was Scott Poling versus woman FIDE Master Natalia Sodakova, and we'll just play over the game relatively quickly. The game ended quickly, and it was a King's Indian defense, and Samish. And my opening theory is very bad.
Yeah,
so
mine too. So we're on the same boat. So.
These look like normal moves.
Yeah, I think like knight g3 should be fine here. But I have never seen white play h4 though. The next move.
Yeah, what does white usually play? What does white usually play instead of h4?
Bishop d3, I think, should be like one of the good candidate moves here. And then just go castle and bring the bishop, because the whole idea of playing knight e2, knight g3 is so that the bishop gets out.
Okay, yeah, that's very interesting, and it's a sort of short castle idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Okay, and h5, h4 might be weakening eventually. So, yeah, okay. So h4 is not consistent apparently with this idea. And black is looking for the usual e5 and knight d4 or b5. Okay. And this is exactly what happens here. Black has a dynamic, and this has got to be a mistake.
Yeah.
Bishop takes d4, folks. That's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, I think
Knight b3 is a threat.
Yeah, so white should have played maybe rook b1 or queen d1 should be one of the moves. Yeah.
Let's see. And we're having some technical things going on here. Okay. What happened to Prasanna's name?
So I have two ends. So, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's put another N on your name. I want to.
We want to get it right.
We want to get it right here. We are just in our second broadcast, so we're a little rough here. The idea is to entertain you, to inform you, and to
share knowledge.
And to share some knowledge. And from the oldest chess club in the United States, we've been around since 1854. Yeah,
I knew it was like the oldest club.
Yeah, this is, and maybe so, probably one of the oldest chess clubs in the world. That's something that I don't know a lot about, whether we're the oldest club in the world or, one of the oldest clubs in the world. Certainly the oldest club. Everything okay? All right, well, we're doing the best we can. You want to change the transition.
Yeah, I have to get rid of it. And then now it's your move.
No. It didn't change his name to two N's.
Two ends. Yeah.
We're trying to get Mr. Rao's first name correctly spelled with two N's instead of one N. And we just did it. Well, we believe in doing things correctly. Okay, so we're very low tech here. We don't have any things going. We can't move pieces and go back, no analysis boards. You have to just explain things to people.
Can we make the move and then go back eventually?
Yeah, we can do that, like back and forth here.
Okay, so if I can, like, let's say,
Well, you'd have to, you'd have to go back, actually here, and you'd have to say, you'd have to suggest rugby one. We're very, very low tech here, very low tech.
Thank you.
Okay, but I think it's gonna suit us, for a while. You can do that, but we can't project that to here. So, we're not, okay. So, this is probably, like we said, this is probably a mistake. Rook b1 better. Anything than giving up this bishop, I think, is probably better, and avoiding knight b3. So let's see. Okay, so clearly, for our readers, or our viewers, if queen takes d4, knight takes e4, and white is busted already. I want to say a quick shout out to some people that are watching. My friend Jamie and Bill, and my very good friend Ioana. And if you know anybody who's watching,
I shall share with them.
that's it. Okay. So let's see. So white has to move the knight, which was attacked, and then c5. And that makes perfect sense. Black has the two bishops, a better game, and white, to try to get some play, takes en passant, but maybe it was better to leave the game closed, because I have a feeling this is not going to turn out well
I
either.
think like the rook also comes into the game now. Probably here something like knight c1 would have been better. Knight c1, knight f4.
Sure.
But again, black still has b5, and the b5 gets and then
Where black is fine, better, much better.
I think the main problem with the white position is that he doesn't have a black square bishop. So all the squares e5, f4, d5, everything is been
Pretty bad.
pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Okay, so let's see how this game happened. White opens the position up in order to gain a pawn, which is probably not going to be good. And this game is going to have a very rapid finish here. Very rapid finish. It's actually going to be over in 2 moves. And we're going to see black plays queen b6, which probably threatens knight takes e4, and it defends, it attacks b2, and it attacks d4. And I think white is probably lost or close to losing this position already.
White could have put down a fight by playing knight e2, but still c5, and it should be game over.
Okay, we're going to make white's next move, and then we're going to ask you to find black's next move, which was completely crushing, in fact forced white to resign. Who knows, in the future maybe we can give out some prize or something, but right now you can just take a second and and I can ask Mr. Rao, are you living in the United States?
Yeah, I'm living in the United States. I moved to US like 3 years back.
Okay.
And I did my master's in University of Texas at Dallas, and then I moved to San Francisco.
So in the future they could announce the answer in the chat.
Oh yeah. Somebody can answer in chat, but nobody's saying anything. Okay.
So,
Hey.
if you know the answers, you can.
Yeah, you can chat with us. So now, are you planning to get back into chess?
No, I'm actually working as an analyst here.
Okay.
Just actually almost down the road, and I thought it would. I have heard so much history about this club itself, so I just wanted to come in here and get.
Somebody gave us look. Somebody's answering. Okay, VJ Love Compile. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look. Hey, we should show you this book. Come by the Mechanics Institute, and maybe we'll unless you're in Texas or somewhere else, we'll give you this book. How about that? Fantastic. Okay, so, and that's the, we're gonna get back to talking about, so that was actually Black's move, was bishop h6, and White resigned. White, this is something that you can write in your elementary tactics books. If queen takes h6, queen b2 mate, f4, bishop takes f4, there's nothing that White can do. White's losing his queen for a bishop. And so that was Natalia Sodakova. She's a longtime player here at the Mechanics Institute, and we're glad to see her off to a better start. She lost her first round game, not so great, but now she's won 2 in a row. So this is we're gonna find some other games here in the Tuesday night marathon. Before we get to the top board, Mr. Rao, we'd love to have you come and play. We're really glad to have you here at the Chess Club, and it would be great to see you come by, join the club, and be a part of. Especially since you're just working around the corner.
Hopefully,
We'll kidnap you.
Hopefully, I'll be playing instead of the commentating.
Yeah, we've actually invited. This is a very strong tournament that we have here. You can see some of the players here. We also have Patrick Wolf playing in the tournament. He's taking a bye this round.
I have a special guest.
Oh, okay. Oh, Natalia. Okay.
If you want, you can.
Yeah. Looking up. Do you mind giving up your spot for a second? This is great. All right, Natalia. You can go over the game with us, and do I X this off? No.
Let me change it.
Okay. I'm here. I think I might know how to do that. We already put your name here. And click it. All right. You have to show me how to do it. Oh, that didn't work. I'm sitting here with National Master, FIDE Master Natalia Sodakova in our broadcast, and she is going to demonstrate this opening. Let's go, maybe we can go all the way back. This is a great start to this broadcast. Here you have the mouse, and you can explain to us this opening.
So basically, it's in Indian defense,
Right.
and he was like, I looked what he played before, so there was not many King Indian defense that was played against him. So
Right.
at the one time that he was playing different system, but this time around he started with Zenish. Zenish, like the F3 move, like the Zenish system. So usually I play either knight c6. Oh, yeah, after after the.
This is very rudimentary. All we can do is follow the game back and forth. We can't analyze. We have to talk and tell us.
Right. So basically, these are the standard moves that symbolize the King Indian defense. So,
Sure.
And then he plays bishop s3, which is the main line, and I choose the knight c6. That's
Okay.
what I usually play for the against Zenish.
Right.
And he plays knight g2. And I play it as a6. So the idea behind it is like black kind of waiting, but at the same time they are preparing like rook b8 and b5 and the same time e5. So attacking the center. So this is also standard move. So he plays knight g3. This is not very popular. I mean, on the main line because usually a knight goes to c1, and so this is kind of I
Good
am
move.
asking what the knight is gonna do next.
Right. And now, Mr. Rao, the international master who was sitting here, he said that White's next move was a mistake. White should play bishop d3, h4, and the knight goes back to e2. and tried to castle. Why should trying to castle on the king side?
And the king side?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, h4 is not a good move.
But
Oh.
why so? Why he cannot proceed with the plan bishop
Well, I
e3
think
and
now with the opponent h4, it's not so good
oh,
castling
you
on
said
the
that
king side.
just bishop d. Yeah, but
Yeah.
then it's some variation. I can move h4 myself, and
Yeah.
basically knight goes back to f1. So
Or back to e2, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
apparently that is what white should be doing.
Right.
And this is not such a good move h4 according to him.
Yeah, maybe.
All that mess.
So I decided to play rook e8. It's also kind of standard move because in some
Right.
variation like black is preparing e5.
Yeah.
So he went knight d2,
Queen d2.
oh, sorry, queen d2, and I went like rook b8, which is also standard.
Maybe white should play d5 and do something
But
like
if
that.
d5, I would go knight e5.
Sure. And the knight stays there. Yeah.
Yeah, knight e5, and there is no f4 because knight g4.
Sure.
And this is already like weak, you know.
I think h4 is yeah.
Right.
It's interesting. Not so good.
Well, it's not losing right away, but maybe it's not the positional mistake. So this is, I think, it's like the bad move. So
Bad.
this is like b3. So it's like first of all lose of time, some loss of time, and also like b3 square is like
Yeah.
weak. So whatever I do, I can get a tempo because of the knight b3.
Yeah.
So and this is also standard because
Black is
my
better.
rooks are ready to the center. Central.
Yeah.
So even though I saw this variation that I'm gonna give away the pawn,
Yeah.
but it's like so basically this is pretty standard. But one of the ideas of the king Indian defense, if black can put their knight on d4 and nothing bad happens right away,
Sure.
then it's all good for black.
I think black is already better.
Right, and
Much
it's all,
better.
even though in this way but my pieces are very active, my bishop on g7 is getting
Yeah.
very active, so there is so
Now I think we were in agreement that white needed to play maybe rook b1 or rook or something like that in this
Right.
position. This bishop d4 is very bad, I think.
yeah, but again I will probably go c5,
And black is a great game.
right, and basically the
Yeah.
he takes, I take, so he cannot take the queen d4 because I will take on e4 and my bishop on g7. So basically all my pieces are ready to attack.
Yeah. It's terrible. Terrible.
So he can, he goes here. Basically, he attacks my pawn twice, but because I can go, it's also standard move. Right?
Very
it's
good
not like
for black.
I came He kind of cooperated, right?
Yeah.
So basically, all my move had a meaning behind it, and he cooperated.
Again, now white should maybe play knight c1 or keep the position
Right,
closed.
right. So
Keep the
exactly.
position instead of-
Even though I have a clear plan, I would go b5 and stuff like that, and just
Yeah.
maybe knight.
Black is better, much better.
Yeah, but it's not lost.
So, 1997 is the best time.
This is suicidal, I
So
think.
yeah, so basically all this my rook has the open lines, and like this rook is looking into his king. So
And I think white is close to losing. I mean, knight d4, queen b6. White doesn't have a move. White doesn't have a good move in this position.
right, I thought maybe a rook d5
Yeah.
was better. But I would go d5, like to explore my other rooms
Sure.
and explore this. But it was kind of cute.
Yeah. Nice finish.
Right. Even though when I went queen b6, I didn't see it right away. I just saw, okay, I have like I'm attacking b2 pawn, I'm
Right.
attacking d4 knight because I wanted to take on e4 and
Right.
all my pieces like beautifully positioned. But
Yeah.
when he said, for some reason I didn't seriously do long castle.
Right.
But when he went, I just spotted pretty quickly. So
Right. And then bishop h6, and the fastest game of the tournament.
Yeah.
Now you get to relax and go home.
I know, yeah. I deserve it because usually I play long games.
I've
and
noticed.
I'm one of the last players in the tournament, and I would, appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to have a nice, quick, easy win
Right.
sometimes.
And and I think I made no mistakes in this
No,
game.
no, I think it was a grandmaster game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all there is.
Yeah, very
It's
good.
like, it's like kind of cute puzzle, you know.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's,
so in puzzles
we-
like this, like with deflection, you know.
we were going to offer the person who got it right the tactic book. You know, like you know, somebody said Bishop H6.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they win a tactic book if they come into the.
You have until 10 o'clock to
Yeah,
claim your
yeah.
prize.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and thank you. I just want to say, like, thank you very. It's so great that we're broadcasting the games. It's like, you know, it's like so, yeah, makes it much more enjoyable to play. And it's like,
Somebody asked, can Ms. Sodakova sign the book? Who is this person? Do we know who
Is
it
that,
is?
is that
VJ Love Compiler. Do we know who this is?
yeah.
Where's the book? I think okay, so it's over there somewhere, back in the box. So we'll have Natalia sign the book.
You did on camera to prove she actually.
Yeah, no, we'll forge it when she's gone. Yeah.
thank
So-
you.
303.
The name's there.
So you are. What's that?
Name.
The name of the person.
The name of Bill Tibalt, BILTHIBAULT.
Bill
THI
THI
BAULT.
BAULT.
Tibalt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you saw the tactic, Bishop H6. We asked people, guess the Bishop H6.
Right.
You know, and he guessed it. So, 303 tricky tactics. Yes, Bill. Well, I think this is a great start to our broadcast today. We have a fantastic VJ Love Compiler says he's so many media at once. I am so famous. Yes, you are. We're going to make you a superstar. We're all going to be superstars here at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club. You know, we are a famous chess club where we've had some very famous chess players here, apart from Natalia, of course. We've had Capablanca.
She's the most famous right now.
We've had
Capablanca, the same company.
We've had Capablanca, we've had Natalia Sodakova, we've had Vasily Smyslov, we've had Boris Spassky play here at the club.
Oh.
But this is something I'm going to come back to over, and we've had Bobby Fischer play here at the club, but something I'm going to come back to over and over and over.
I like the company.
You're in good company.
Yeah.
Something we're going to come back to over and over again is Carlsen has never been to the club.
Oh,
Kasparov,
right,
Kasparov
right.
has never visited the club. Kramnik,
Did we invite Carlson?
I think we have invited Carlsen.
You have?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and well, we've definitely invited Kasparov. I think a couple of times, and he found something else to do. But I mean, I think he's scared. I think you know, Boris Spassky came here and gave a simul, and he lost a couple of games, and we've had our players rough up the big guys, and I think that now they're just scared to come to the mechanics.
Yeah, look at this game.
Yeah, look. We have Natalia Sodakova showing us how chess is supposed to be played. And you know, so why don't they come? Why has Carlsen, Kramnik, Kasparov, no champion after Karpov has come to the club here to
Maybe
play?
we should invite them one more time.
I think we'll invite them.
Because, you know, invitation only goes for so long, then we need to try again.
We're okay. Well, we're inviting them now, but I think right now I'm going to say you guys are chickens. They've been chicken and they haven't come down to the club. So,
We have women's chess champion here, right? From China, for fun.
yeah, Hu Yafan came. That was fantastic.
Yes,
We
that
had
was
her
great.
come, and it was the chess room was jammed with people, and she gave a great talk. She didn't play. We didn't. But she.
Yeah, it was a great lecture. Very.
She gave a great lecture, very inspirational for people who. Somebody's wondering if Fisher took the stairs or the elevator. Yeah, we don't know. None of us were here back in the day. Let's take a quick look at some of the other games that are going on now. And I've got Natalia here. This is her competition. I'm not playing, so I can make fun of everybody. This is Tenzing Shaw, National Master Tenzing Shaw versus FIDE Master Hosea Stearman. Let's see how this game is going.
That's your move. Is that going to be your move? Yeah. No, I didn't move. No.
Unfortunately, I don't know the openings. So, do you know this opening?
This is the start the Slav defense, right?
Yeah, Slav defense.
But then it's kind of
And you check.
Yeah.
Queen Gambit accepted or something.
Yeah, which you couldn't have because you were.
Let's just say that once somebody starts hanging a piece, then I know what's going on. But all right, this is probably some kind of book position.
Yeah, but it seems like here, like Blake taking a lot of time to do next move. I don't think it's a home preparation because like I was looking at this game and just Blake like thinking for a long time, and because he like is losing the pawn on b7, right?
Yeah, this is so Black has, a lead in development, but what's going on here? And the knight's kind of stranded out there.
But they support each other, if knight goes to d6, like from b7 to d6, they kind of support each other. But I mean,
I always liked the extra pawns. So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We are in agreement.
Yeah. And
I'm not sure do you know what's the idea of bishop f2? So because then king on e2 will get a tempo on it. So is this any deep thinking that we don't see?
it's maybe trying to interfere with White's development. I mean, but White is developing just normal moves.
Yeah, the
and
next move, like I will go queen e2 and I will get a tempo on the bishop,
Right.
right? So I'm not sure what's the idea behind the bishop f2.
Well, let's see. Let's go back just a second here, and so
Oh, maybe
yeah, he needs to
somewhere.
move the bishop.
Right.
Doesn't want to lose the two bishops for the.
Maybe on b4 was a better square, and he kind of,
Here's what I think that Black is trying to keep things complicated. He's lost a pawn, and he's just trying to keep things complicated at this point. And so bishop f2 maybe serves that purpose. And maybe that's all that's going on here.
But bishop from b4, he keeps the d6 square under control.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe the knight would have a hard time, to get out from there. But I mean, okay.
So this is where we're at now. It looks like White could go back to d6, maybe, and then if rook d8,
Then I have a
e5 is possible, knight g7. Is there a simpler way to play? The knight could go back to a5, and that threatens knight c6 check.
Yeah, that's also. That's why for some reason, I like more bishop on b4 because
Yeah.
look at
That makes sense. Well, let's go to the next game, but I'd say Black has to prove that he hasn't anything here. Okay. Let's go to the next game, which is National Master Conrado Diaz versus National Master Eric Lee. And
Yeah, Eric Lee is very young. Like he's like
he's like a
11.
little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 11 years old. It's not fair.
You know, it's very dangerous to play against these young players. Like at least I found it for myself.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
don't, especially you don't
I would
want to
rather
lose
play
to
with
them.
a more experienced player
Yeah.
than these youngsters. They're very, you know, they calculate very good. They, you know,
It's
very
horrible,
sharp.
and then you just feel so. Yeah. On the other hand, you can beat them, and it feels particularly good, right? Because you know. You can show the younger generation that we still know what we're doing.
Yeah, we better, sure.
Okay, so Diaz is a strong master, I think, and Eric Lee is he's an improving young master as well.
Yeah.
And this should be an interesting fight.
No, it could,
And it gets off to a very sharp opening, which is very typical of Diaz
Right.
way of
I
playing.
also noticed that he plays this pretty much every fight, every time when he has a
Every
violent color.
single time.
Yeah. But on the other hand, you don't need to know a lot of theory, so you know your how you put your pieces.
Right.
And it's kind of, you know, it's also challenging to play to find a good system by black.
Yeah,
would
I
say.
agree. This is a
I see
very
the point. I mean, I kind of appreciate because otherwise you need to know a lot of theory.
right.
To get prepared.
And one thing I've noticed about Diaz, he doesn't know a lot of theory, but he's a very strong practical
Yes.
player, and that's
And he knows this particular system because it's been, you know,
He
happening
plays it all the time.
every time. Right.
okay. So, and again, this is just White is diffusing Black's aggressive play, and
Yeah, that's how he puts like pawns on c3 and e3, and he wants to keep the center.
the bishop outside the pawn structure.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I think this has
about
all
this.
been. I think this has been played before.
Played before.
Yeah, by Diaz. I think he had a game with Winslow, an international master, Elliot Winslow, who plays here at the Mechanics. I think they had a game. There may be some other game. This looks good for Black.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
you develop with the tempo.
but on the other hand, Diaz has had this position before. I'm sure of it. Maybe even once, more than once. So he has confidence in this position, and I don't think Diaz has taken hardly any time. I think he's played this, so he has confidence, even though this looks like it should be perfectly fine for Black.
But however, his
There's a logic to all
That's
these
the
moves.
idea because they kind of postpone to move the e pawn. So this is the idea that first he wants to like put the pawns on c3, d3, d4, e3, and then later on to do either c4 or e4.
Even so, it's hard to see that White has anything really here. You know, I mean, all right, that's an interesting move.
But what to do?
I mean,
Because
Black could, it seems to me Black could play
b5.
b5.
But then e5 and kind of
E5
you know,
and F4.
space
Yeah,
advantage,
maybe.
right? And all the pieces like on the queen side, and maybe something will go on the king side.
That's true. It's possible.
So I think it's better for white, my personal kind of.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe f6. A strange way to play. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what Eric Lee plays. This is a makes sense in a way. White has the two bishops now.
I'm just saying, I never wanted to see it hanging around here, and of course was double check on. But he didn't give a hoot. He wasn't backing off.
I mean, not much going on here.
So he plays some.
This is sensible. Sensible way for Black to play. It looks to me like White's not trying for much here. It's just kind of lots of trades are taking place, and nobody's going to end up with anything here. White's got the bishop over the knight, but this is a little boring. Let's find another game. But, this is FIDE Master Paul Chambers versus Sos Hakobian. And Sos is another player that's been playing here for many years.
So visitors?
So it's a French defense.
French defense, and let's see, H4, kind of like that. Again, I don't know much about theory, so I'll just.
Yeah, I think this is all theory
That's my thinking, great one.
so
I
far.
think I'm right about it. I didn't think it had to be the way it was. I think I
All right, so black has provoked bishop d2,
So anyway,
and then gone back to c7.
where am I now? Bishop h3.
I mean,
Bishop takes knight.
okay.
E takes b. Queen takes 2.
Is there another plan for white here to try to? I mean, if you go bishop f5 and queen g3, black will play king h7 or something
And
like
that's what
that.
happened next, I believe. I also looked at this game, so that's what happened. Yeah, okay.
But waited for white to cancel.
I'm not sure about the a4 move.
Well, that for long term, it's nice to be able to put the bishop on this
Oh, like it goes
diagonal.
back to c1 and then a3.
It's pretty normal.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah. A lot of squares like d6,
You want to be able
c5.
to come back
Yeah, to
here.
explore the weaknesses of dark squares.
Right.
Wow, this
Eccentric move.
he wants to play g5 at some point, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, folks.
Where we are? Okay. Yeah, I think white has an advantage here.
White's got a little bit of a space advantage. Knight h4. I think the idea might be to play knight h4 and to go and to try to
But knight should, yeah,
knight h4
g6.
to take on f5 maybe, and still with the idea of moving this back.
Probably g6, I'm not sure. h4.
Got to watch out for queen h6.
Oh,
Yeah, black can't play. I don't think
yeah, g5 no.
g5.
Also, yeah.
Kind of risky with a.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that why he put the rook on g8 because he
He's
doesn't.
maybe toying with the idea of playing g5, but it's going to be dangerous.
Yes.
I don't know. This is one of those weird positions. Maybe white's going to play knight h4 and take here. That's what I think it looks like he's trying to do. Okay, let's go on. Okay. All right, here we have a strong expert playing a very strong FIDE master rated over 2450 who already has one IM norm. Kyron Griffith. This guy is no joke. He's a 2450 player.
Right. So the last TNM here.
He won the last Tuesday night marathon. He's the defending champion of this tournament. So,
But he recently joined the TNM.
yeah. He's moved here from New York, I
Oh,
think.
okay. I didn't know that. So he's white or black?
He's
Black.
black. And Carlos is, he's a scrappy fighter of a player. And this is an interesting system. Old-fashioned. Do you know anything about this? Bishop c4, maybe?
Yeah, it's more.
I think bishop d3 is normal.
Here's a couple things. What? What I do, he come in? Okay. No, you say he's black. You say if he come in, well, how I would handle it?
Maybe queen e2, knight c5. Well, black is going to take on f4 and probably play knight c5.
So I'm thinking women gonna have this one here. This is kind of like this is really I didn't get that.
And that's what happened.
So
Knight
we'll let
h5.
that
That's kind of
saute for a while,
interesting.
okay? I'm gonna let this saute for a while. Let that saute for a while.
I mean, I think normal would be queen c7 and knight e5, but black might.
So maybe this is too soon.
Very strange. I don't think this is a kind of a normal idea.
Okay here. Maybe this is okay now, right? Because this here is checkmate in one. So maybe this is okay. Although that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
he wants to go probably knight g4.
Knight g4, knight f4, or something like that, or knight g4 and knight e5. But the knight, it's just leaves a strange impression. Also, there's a lot of weak pawns on the queen side. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Very odd way to play.
So I don't want to get this up here. So he's gonna do some.
I like the way Carlos is
slam
playing.
jam,
He's just
right?
bringing, and
Slam
this is
again, but I think I beat slam, slam, slam. In this scenario.
very
slam.
interesting.
He goes
Yeah.
up here.
Because
Yeah,
it's knight
yeah.
e5, square e5
Under that scenario,
under
that's pretty.
control, so maybe.
Not
Yeah.
bad. That's not bad, no.
Let's go back just a few, a move here after knight. What about h3 with the idea of playing g4? I mean, it's a little dangerous, but if you're threatening to win a piece, is it
Maybe you need to play
black will play
g6.
d5? Maybe.
Under this scenario.
I'm saying instead of rook
Under this
d1.
scenario, this is a good idea, right?
h3, d5.
Yeah, maybe d5.
Perhaps this is good.
Yeah, you probably don't.
So it's not all
So you're
encompassing.
not afraid.
Knight d4 looks like a possibility too to play
But d5,
right
e5.
after
No, I say
h3,
d5,
and
e5.
then maybe knight e4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. This
Yeah,
makes
probably.
sense to play rook d1.
Yeah, it's a solid move.
Very tense position. Very tense. And that hits. And that hits. All I can say is that Carlo, this is a very good move, and it looks to me like black is under pressure here.
Yeah, basically you need to find the place of how to defend your knight, right?
I mean, if bishop d4, that's bishop d4, queen h4. Is that what black's really looking at? Bishop d4, and that's what he played. Okay, so bishop d4, queen h4. So now queen g4 maybe?
Yeah.
But then knight.
That's cool. You'll see that.
Then knight f6.
Sharp moves after this. You see that very sharp move.
Yeah, because of
Tell him that it just here no more.
Yeah, bishop d4, queen h4 is
bishop, queen h4, yeah.
You can do that
So you have to play queen g4, I guess. And then knight f6.
Yeah,
You know, black has gotten away with murder, I think, with this stuff.
right, like all of a sudden, like
Yeah,
black is
yeah.
like taken over, right?
It looks to me like white should have maybe, I don't know, maybe queen e2 was superficial and not the right move.
Maybe you can go
Knight
knight
f5,
f5, right?
maybe.
But then, yeah.
Bishop c3, and yeah, I mean, there's danger with the rook, with this rook opposite the queen.
Right. So maybe knight f5 or d5 or something.
And if h3, dangerous too.
But right now, h3?
Yeah.
No.
I somehow want white to do well here, but I'm not sure exactly how.
Well, I mean, it's checkmate.
Knight f5 just kind of threatens nothing almost. G6 maybe even. Maybe this is a been okay way for black to play.
Yeah, it seems like all the pieces like the pins. It's kind of
So after bishop d4, it looks like white has to play queen g4. So queen g4, knight f6. I think black has solved all of his opening problems. Probably can play d5 or something.
Or take on c3.
Yeah, or even try taking on c3 and then taking on e4. Yeah. All right, we'll come back to this. What do you think? Come back to this. Okay. And now we have. Let's go through this quickly. We have Jason Childress, who drew Grandmaster Patrick Wolf.
He's on the roll.
He's on a roll, and he's playing very strong master. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name.
Right. From Mongolia.
She's from Mongolia.
Yeah, you probably good from with Russian names, right?
Better.
Because you've been practicing for a long time.
Right, and also I have a Russian name in my background.
Oh.
Moscow.
Yeah, it's a Russian.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You have
It's
better
easier.
practice with Russian names. You need to practice Mongolian names.
I need to pronounce. Mongshulen. How about that? Mongshulen.
Alright.
Let's see.
So she's a woman's freedom master.
Women's freedom master, as you are.
Right, yes.
I mean, it's nice, but it's not all encompassing.
So this one of these openings, one of these slow French openings, which I always like. Okay. Wow. Castling queen side. I'm always too chicken to play like that. I always castle on the king side.
Right, because it's kind of direct, you know, attacked, like.
On the other hand,
Yeah.
you know,
I like whites better because I think there are, you know, kingdoms
yeah.
in the same place and it's kind of.
And already,
And so already you're giving away pawn on h7.
Yeah.
So.
oh, what happened here? It looks
Well, you
already
gotta-
like black is almost lost.
But on the other hand, there is no like immediate threats. So what are you?
Bishop G. No, that's not quite it.
Bishop g8.
Not yet. Well, then G6.
No, why not bishop g8?
G6.
G6. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
But maybe just, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what happened. G6. Oh, okay. So black decided to just win a piece.
Yeah, this is the game you like, right?
Maybe this wasn't so clear. All right.
Okay, he went for it. Okay.
He had different stuff. I think
Oh, that's where we are. So we have a piece for 3 pawns.
Yeah.
Too glamorous.
And what do we want?
E4, E5, E6.
We want to.
Maybe rook H3, maybe rook E1, maybe
Rook
rook
D3.
Queen G4. No, not Queen G4. Rook H3 looks like a possibility. But then maybe Bishop G5. But then Rook G3.
Or rook g3.
But then Queen H7 check.
No, just little two cents in. Yeah, good.
So Rook H3, Bishop G5, HG5, but then Rook F2. I mean, maybe there's no. I don't know if there's mates.
I sometimes make the move. Sometimes make that move. I didn't think I wanted to make. I make that move sometimes. Sometimes. Right.
Sometimes you can just play slowly.
Yeah. I mean, I make this move sometimes. But
And that's exactly what white does: is play slowly to
So
get
he
the
just
defends the F2 pawn. And maybe the
Yeah,
idea
it's
is
really slow.
it's really slow. Yeah, maybe too slow.
But
But not an easy position for white can. Okay, Bishop G5 maybe doesn't quite work. But maybe it does. Bishop G5, HG5, and then Rook F5.
He might have thought it would have been. bit to see H5 move right here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure that White is playing this very well. I have a feeling that's very strong, or that might be a strong move for Black here. White
And
can.
kind of knight and c5, like defense on e6.
Yeah,
so they,
and White doesn't want to play b4, I don't think, ever.
In my case,
So,
Yeah.
you know.
I think I was a little.
yeah, f3, I don't
Yeah,
like f3.
I don't like
It's too
f3
slow.
either.
This position's kind of too slow, I'm not sure.
Maybe f4, I don't know.
But f4 he will take on g5.
So White played f3, and now we're looking at Black playing bishop g5, hg5, rook f5,
This is nothing different, right?
and
You know,
saying,
but
where's the mates?
This is okay, but there's
Okay.
a knife down here.
Let's go to the next game.
I would actually.
International Master Elliot Winslow is playing
You didn't hear, when this here pushed there.
Bruce
that's
Ricard.
What I did, but instead.
Okay, you've played Elliot many times, haven't you?
I did, and I always feel pressure from him, you know, it's like,
He wants to win.
hard to win, you know, because he always finds these tricky moves, and it's like, until the end, we need to be, you know.
He's very experienced chess player,
Yeah.
very experienced. We're really glad to have Elliot here. He's playing, and you, of course, Natalia. We have players here that have played for years now, and Elliot has been kind of a mainstay.
Right, how many times did he win the TNL?
I think he's-
I asked him once, and he said he lost count.
He's lost count of how many times he's played the Tuesday Night Marathon. It's been many times. And if he hasn't won first place, he's won second or third.
But now, because they're so strong players, it's going to be more difficult,
He's
more challenging.
he's gonna have trouble in this one. And he started off with a loss
Right.
in the first round,
As well as me.
as well as you. I know. I felt sorry for both of you. I did, especially for you,
Oh, thank
Natalia.
you. I was fresh of the winning the California State Championship.
You were?
Right.
What tournament?
The Cal State Women's Championship.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where was that?
Berkeley Chess Club.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
That's
I
right.
was technically I took second place because Carla was playing there.
And she's playing here too, but she's taken 3 half-point
Right.
points.
But then she was not eligible for the title because she's not a California resident. But I took 4 out of 5.
Very good.
I lost over her and was like, that was my 4th try because the 3 previous attempts I didn't. So I was very happy and I was coming out from this winner and then I lost in the first round.
Right. Well, I felt bad for you, but now you've come back and won 2
Right,
games in a row.
right, yes.
You're going to get a strong player next round.
Okay. Well,
So Winslow is black, and this very typical C3 Sicilian, and this is, I'm sure this is all book. F5. Now, okay, so I'll tell you, folks, I may be a FIDE master, but I know almost nothing about the openings anymore.
it's hard to keep up.
It's hard to keep up with the openings. F5 is a very, that's kind of an unorthodox looking move. To me, it looks like normal would be to play knight b4 and knight d5 or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't like to weaken my king position, which is, I'm not sure. I don't know this variation myself.
Yeah. We just have to be good practical players. We don't have to know the openings. Who cares? We're gonna just win our games because we're talented.
Right.
Just
We will find a way during the game.
That's right.
We don't need to do all the home preparation.
So, okay, an interesting move. And that looks like a good response. These pawn islands that black gets, that's, they look good, but then you have to handle them very carefully. So, yeah. Abel Talamantes is here, the director of the Mechanics Institute Chess Club. We have to get him. Just poke your head in here so we can say hello. Abel, maybe between us.
Yeah.
Hello. This is the director of the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, Abel Talamantes, He's instituted incredible things here in the few short months that he's been here. We now have a grandmaster. To the very first thing that occurs to my mind is we have a grandmaster playing in the Tuesday night marathon, which is the first time ever.
Ever.
I
Yeah,
think
that's what I was
so.
gonna ask you.
I think so ever. As well as these live broadcasts.
What did you do, Abel? Tell us. Like, how did you manage to?
You know, it makes it a little bit easier when that grandmaster is like the interim executive director of the Mechanics Institute.
But he hasn't played before, right?
He hasn't played before, but you know,
What happened?
he liked kind of the changes that were happening, and I kind of said, you know, I think if you play in this event, you know, bring kind of a lot of energy, people will come out, and
That's exactly right.
he did, and people came out, and it was just kind of exciting for him to do. And actually, he's really excited to play. If it wasn't for a meeting that he had tomorrow early in the morning, he would be here. But I mean, he's looking forward to coming back next week, and you know, just kind of fighting it out with strong players.
And I found, based on my experience, that even sometimes you play against like much weaker opponents with much lower rating,
Right.
but it's so challenging. And I lost quite a few games.
No,
much
right.
I mean-
that's what may be happening because I'm not sure how is he playing differently or it's like after a long break.
I think a very
long break. So then it's like
But he's like thinking of chess all the time because he's fascinated with, especially AI with chess. But even today, I was joking about the game he played last week, and he started, if I would have played this, then maybe I would have had chess. So like even to this day, he's still thinking about the game.
The Patrick Wolf is, I'm always talking to me about the latest the computer chess championships and stuff. So a very interesting person that to be associated with the Mechanics Institute.
So who is the next grandmaster who's gonna play
We're working on it. I think with all the energy that's happening right now, I think grandmasters are banging the door to get in.
Well, we've thrown the challenge down to Carlson, and we're still waiting to hear from him.
I haven't heard from him yet. We'll check the emails and we'll see what happens. But
It's a formal invitation. I don't know.
it's out there.
We're having fun here. And also we're making it difficult for grandmasters to win. I mean, we had a very last round we had an 8-player draw grandmaster here. This is a very strong club event.
Even the FIDE masters that we had, Chiron Griffith, very, very strong, tough game.
I know.
Moogie, very strong. Natalia showed today. It's every game is going to be tough. Every game is going to be competitive, and that's kind of what the Tuesday night marathon is all about now. Every game, every week is going to be strong. It's going to be a fight, and it's exciting that the fans get to see this.
Yeah, this is the place to be in America right now.
I'll use this.
If you're not here, you're missing out. You gotta be a part of the action. I'm gonna let the pros right here take over.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is Elliot Winslow, and now Queen E4 threatens Queen H7 check. I don't think that Elliot is going to miss that one. Okay. And again, look at this. This is,
Yeah, he wants to do knight G5 probably.
yeah. And or H5 and open, as they say, open them up like a can of tomatoes.
But then this is like the strong move because you opened up your bishop on C8 and you want to move bishop
Bishop
F5.
F5.
Right.
Okay, so this is
Loud here.
yeah, very loud in here. I'm going to actually ask a player behind me, Jerry Simpkins. Jerry, is it possible to keep it down to a dull roar?
But there's nothing dull about me.
There's nothing dull about Jerry, but okay. So we'll make that same request a few more times this evening, I'm sure. Okay. Knight G5
Anyway, so
anyway, and
maybe bishop F5. or
then Knight
what?
F7 attacks the queen, takes the rook and
Right.
attacks
So
the queen.
basically,
Bishop
Now,
F5.
now this is where
You
it
got
got
a
tricky,
special guest wants to say
That's it, right?
Okay.
So
Knight takes F7.
Hi guys,
This
great
is
win.
Judith. I'm sorry. Pronounce your last name.
C silent, style.
Style. From Bay Area Chess and one of the big chess organizers. I don't know enough about you.
That's fine.
So introduce yourself.
I'm VRHS. I run VRHS. We are the organizer of the state championship for the kids. So we had 1,200 kids.
oh wow.
Early March at the convention center. So that was fun.
Oh,
That's
great.
always fun.
I would have run for the hills. 1,200
It's
kids.
actually very much. It's a lot of fun to see the kids and make them happy. And you should check it out. There's a
I've seen pictures and I know what you folks are doing. It's fantastic. Are you playing in this tournament?
I actually got pulled in to a house game, so I did play tonight and I lost. I usually lose, but that's fine. I like the game. I should invest a little bit of time learning.
Well, you're organizing. You're doing a big job organizing
Right, yes.
for this, and you lost to a kid.
I lost an 1100 player. I don't use them kids.
But how old is he? 10?
I think probably 8, 10,
Eight.
10. I don't know. So yeah, he was.
So he's like an old man.
No respect for organizer.
That's right. No, I do have players.
But also 8 years old. He's like an old man now. Like,
Probably 10, maybe 12. He's gonna come back and say, yeah. My youngest is 8, so probably he's older. So.
well, thanks for being here
Thank you,
tonight.
and congratulations, very exciting.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, and I love watching you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah, this is good. This is fun.
It was I played it for TV to make it a TV broadcast.
Yeah.
Since you started broadcasting, so I decided, okay, let's
You
try
guys
for it.
You have to next week. You have to win your game quickly and come back in.
Because the previous round you didn't broadcast, I decided, okay, maybe a long time. So this time around, I said, okay, let's make it for the broadcast.
You're always welcome. All right. So
Yeah,
okay.
what is
So Elliot's given up the exchange.
sacrifice the exchange?
Sacrifice the exchange.
Why? It's really,
Well, the D4. He's going to get the D4 pawn,
right.
and he's taking the sting out of White's attack. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
And it's
this-
White's move. So White is now thrown on the defensive, and that is the reason for this.
So, yeah, and there is where do you go? Like you need to go like on F3 or E2, no E2 knight D4 with the tempo.
Right, and if Queen E3,
No,
pawn
that-
takes pawn, and
Yeah,
you
and you
get-
like fork into pieces, right?
So this, if Queen E2, Knight D4, Queen D1, maybe something very simple. But then there's another pawn at H4
Yeah, and this knight is centrally located, so it's like maybe, but I mean, I'm not sure if he would just bend rook E7 instead of bishop F5, or maybe he could save the exchange.
let's go back.
He went for this, and I think it's
So,
it's
but
a
you're,
good compensation.
so rook E7 was possible too. Oh well, let's
No,
see.
it's
Well,
before, yeah, instead of bishop F5.
simply rook E7. Maybe Knight D5. So we're saying if rook E7 here for black, maybe Knight D5. That's maybe not so simple. What about, can black, oh I see, the rook, when Knight takes rook.
So where can I come from?
This is a very typical thing that a strong player will do, is sacrifice the exchange to get out of trouble and to create problems.
Right.
But I didn't fall for that, I saw it.
I think black has enough compensation.
I think too, and you know the pieces are on active squares, so
Yeah,
it's not.
we'll come back to that.
So you checked me, right?
And here's another master, Russell Wong. And this is, we'll go through this quickly. He's playing a strong A player,
Yeah.
Paint Gallardo. And we got the Philidor defense.
Okay, so you say right away.
pretty standard kind
He
of.
checks me, and I come back here, and he come right away.
He was. It's,
I think it made me slump, it made me shuffle a little bit.
Buck's playing very aggressively, but it needs, maybe doesn't have a lot of pieces
I
developed.
know that. I had gotten myself to hold. Well, that's good. It's like, you should have closed the barn door at the horseman's
Wow.
gate.
People
Yeah, that's
still-
fine information.
Wow.
But it doesn't do me any good when the
This guy
horses
is
run around.
always, it's impossible to
But
get.
yeah. I know where you're going with
Here's
this.
one. Here's another.
I know where you're
Well,
going.
White's not getting much out of this
I
opening.
know
So
where
what
you're going.
about these? Nothing.
I know.
Crush them then.
It's kind of been a game.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one, folks. Oh, what about this beautiful game?
yeah, it's still beautiful.
This is Natalia Sotokova and the final position in her game today versus Scott Poling. And let's just relive it again. Okay.
That's like puzzle, you know, can make it into puzzle book, right?
Right, yeah, the puzzle. Okay, here we have Alexander, two Russians. Are they Russians?
Yes, they are.
They're both Russians, so I'm not sure that. So tell me, when two Russians play each other, what's in their brain? Like Ivanov. There are many Russians play chess here at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, but I never know what's happening when they're playing each other. We have Stephen Krasnov. We have.
You have extra motivation to win, basically, when you play.
Is that right? You all want to kill each other. That's very interesting. I never knew that. It's like you talk very pleasantly, but when you play, you want to kill each other. Especially Krasnov, right?
I didn't say that. You said that. But probably you got it right.
A person that I like very much, and he's not played recently, is Igor Trov.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Personally, he drives a cab, I think, and he hasn't shown up for the last. Also, Oleg. Do you know Oleg Shakhnazarov?
Yes, he also drives a car.
Yeah. The cab drivers can't come out to play on a Tuesday night chess tournament. I don't know what's wrong. But anyway. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Alexander Ivanov is a strong expert that never seems to be able to crack the 2200 mark.
Yeah, I noticed this also. He's very close, but not
He
quite
comes very
there.
close, but then right when he's about to crack the 2200 mark, something happens. He has a tremendous result, and then
I also noticed this about myself.
you've come over
No,
2200.
I came over. Yeah,
I think
my highest rating, my life career high was like 2260.
Okay.
But now, like I went below 2200,
Right.
and it's like been quite some time.
Igor, he's never
Never
been
been
over,
there,
never
yeah.
been there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's something in the psychology that
Because when you like here, you play like with a much weaker. I mean, more like 200 or 300 players rated below than yours, and then if you lose, then you lose a lot of points, right?
Right. So maybe now there's a chance that with stronger competition, that so
Yeah, your rating will not fluctuate as much.
right, yeah, and maybe you can have a good tournament and win and make a jump in
Right.
strength. There's the opportunity.
That's what I hope for also.
Yeah. Right.
But on the other hand, I lost like in the first round to 1900, and I just lost like 15 points, which was like
Well, you have the opportunity to gain it back.
yeah.
So Ivanov is, I think he's quite a bit stronger than.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual, knight c6.
Yeah, well, it's a Chigorin. He's right.
But it's not very popular, and I don't know the theory of this.
Yeah, I know nothing. I know nothing of the theory here. This is the Chigorin. Black normally would probably play e6.
Okay.
Right. I think this is. I have a feeling this is
not a tax zone, once a, you know, this is.
Oh, wow.
This
So many
does not
moves.
inspire confidence.
But on the other hand, I think it's like home preparation, right? Because he cannot come up with all these moves, you know, during the game.
But you didn't take care of the immediate.
Very simple way for white to play, probably good enough for an advantage, but
Right.
I don't know. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I
black
see,
has
like,
the
black
dark
is on
squared
the
bishop.
verge of losing.
Black has a
Very
dark
good.
square, dark
I'm not
squares.
playing on that, zero. The thing is here, once I push in,
So
I'm
he,
not being slick here. I saw
Wow.
I saw my life
Okay.
right before me.
ooh,
I think you
counter-attack.
You said
When
no,
you see it, then you concentrate, and then you see something else.
So the both like kings like opposite each other, like from a flan to a fade, right? It's
you underestimated them. And,
Let's go back here. So,
I don't play the position I would try to go that way. No,
no, but basically you want to do D8 with the tempo, right?
Perhaps I'll see more.
I mean, maybe black can black play knight f6, takes, and knight g4 or something. I'm trying to play much faster. Bishop d7 does not inspire confidence. I mean, after knight f3, white is completing development and pushing black back. It looks terrible suddenly for black.
Well, but on the other hand, like there is nothing concrete maybe here for white, so they're not winning like right away.
Right.
And also they don't have they lost the castle as well, so the king is in the center. So
It's a mess.
yeah, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
You don't know, okay?
I mean, this game has kind of been a mess for a long time.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Let's go back right here. I mean,
You got a grandfather watch.
okay, so a4, a5, and white played very simply, played bishop e3, bishop e6. I don't like bishop e3 and bishop b6, really. You know, that's your good, that's, you know, maybe not. If you don't want to win the pawn back, then just develop your pieces. And let's see, okay, so he plays a4, that's, yeah, a4, a5, bishop e3, e6.
Yeah, so basically
Yeah, maybe
need
now
to-
you have to play bishop b6, or you've kind of made
Yeah,
your
it's
choice
tempting.
to
It's
do
tempting
that.
to do bishop to take on b6 and take on c4. But first, you kind of ruining this pawn structure.
Right. And for all I know, this could be theory.
So maybe here, like him did the check.
Yeah,
on
but I mean,
b5.
white could probably play queen takes queen check and bishop e6 and
Right.
knight f3, very simple, or something like that, and then just try for, you know, structural.
Yeah, positional
advantage.
advantage. Yes.
Instead, it's this again, maybe queen takes queen, and just playing for, but yeah.
But on the other hand, like the king in the center, so you don't want to trade. Or maybe this one is premature.
We'll see though, I mean, again, that does not inspire confidence, that bishop g7 move.
G3.
And that's to play king g2, I don't know. It's a mess. If white can just pick up the development and he'll be winning, you know, close to winning, because black, it's both sides can't castle, are not castles. But it looks to me like white is faster to try to play king.
Knight f6.
Yeah, and then bishop takes b5 and queen c5. That is
Yeah, they
very
have also
unclear.
dark square weaknesses, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Very unclear.
Game-
Too messy. Let's look at something.
Game goes
Yeah,
on.
we don't. All right, this is the last. We've taken all this time to get to board 10 of the Tuesday night marathon, and then we can start all the way back over again. This is Adrian Kondakov, who is an up-and-coming expert,
Young rising star.
young Russian,
Right.
So he's a young rising star, and he's playing Uribe, and
It's his-
And we're getting this variation of the Sicilian.
So when you when you do a commentator, you need to. I figure out that you need to know the openings a lot, because basically what I know, it's like my opening. So now when I need to comment on some other people's openings, so
Right.
I find that okay, my lack of
Right, but I mean, this is, I mean, it's kind of a standard. It's kind of
it's
standard.
kind of standard.
We can go through each move here. I mean, Queen B6 that's a normal move to try to take white out of maybe some preparation. White withdraws the knight from the center, but he's going to gain a tempo back, hitting the bishop, and now here's a white can play normal kind of bishop e2 and castle kingside development. White could even play g3 here. Many ways of playing. The bishop d3 is this kind of old-fashioned system way of playing, like this. Tall. There were some games, I think, in the 60s, 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I think where this setup with bishop d3 and e3, and then castling on the queen side or the king side was played a lot. But now it's almost never played.
Because it's too dangerous.
I think there's lots of black has lots of good setups, and maybe it's just not. They started playing the English attack, right, with f3 and g4 and different kinds of. Maybe it's just gone out of style. I don't really, And we get these kind of typical positions, very, typical Sicilian. Interesting. Rook g1. I maybe to play g6. Who's going to come in first here? g8. Is that the right square? Who knows? Sometimes.
So maybe rook
c8 or rook e8 or
knight b6, knight c4. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, or e5 or something.
Oh, he put rook g1 to defend on g5 and to do f5. That was his idea.
Right. So he wants to play f5. Maybe black should play e5 here, and before white gets the chance to play f5 first.
Yeah, e5 looks good.
And that would kind of break up white's idea. And I'm not so convinced. I'm not so convinced that rook g1 was a good move. Sometimes they'll play g6 here, and then h4, and to play h5.
Interesting. Yeah.
That can be played. I mean, you could even play f5 first, and if bishop takes, king b1, and who knows.
Yeah, you don't want to lose tempos in this kind of positions because every move counts, right?
Right. But so g6 is possible, but rook g1 maybe it's not that bad. But maybe black could have played e5. Who knows? f5, knight c5. Okay, so now the rook is opposite the queen. That's one reason why, and so white feels necessary to withdraw this way.
But then, you take on b3 and kind of.
And now this has happened anyway. Let's go back here. Because if bishop e3, bishop takes e4. Okay, I kind of like that move. I like that, and this is a very. This is, I mean, in the Tuesday Night Marathon, nobody drops dead, except for your opponent, of course. The rest of everybody else is fighting, except for Natalia's opponent. It's nice to have an opponent that drops dead.
It doesn't happen very often because usually I stay here the longest.
So now white plays king b1, and it could be argued that maybe white should have played king b1 5 moves ago or 8 moves ago.
It's a standard move.
Everybody's
much safer on b1.
Everybody's impatient, and now black has kind of you know, maybe have the chance to, let's see, if black had played d4.
Right, I kind of, my instinct like to
Yeah,
kind
to
of
play d4.
for d4, right? So
On the other hand, you know, black, d takes e4 does open the game up for the two bishops.
but if you play d4, where do you go like with the knight to
It's
a2?
true. Yeah, I mean, knight d5 sacrifices a pawn for probably nothing. Yeah. I mean, white's going to play f6, but so what? Bishop f8.
d4, knight d5, take, rook d5, bishop,
d4,
queen e4 and f6. then.
rook d8, f6, bishop back to f8. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I guess I can understand this as well, because with white, you have the two bishops and opening up a position for the two bishops, you know.
Yeah, but are you gonna take on e4 or no? I mean, if knight takes on e4, are you gonna take bishop on e4?
No.
No.
But I
But
mean,
then knight play.
Queen
I mean,
c6. Yeah, I'm not sure. We are analyzing without the benefit of computer analysis here, folks, which I think it's old-fashioned and charming, and we're going to keep it that way.
Word. I like the charming.
We choose to be old-fashioned and charming for a while, anyway. If knight e4, maybe rook d1, and rook d8, and then saying I'm going to take all the poison out of white's position.
But then f6 somewhere like
So we're saying if knight e4, rook d1, and rook d8. And you know, if white plays f6, you can always go back to, you can always play bishop back to f8.
then I take on g7 and
Well,
knight
let's see.
f6
Let's see.
check.
If knight e4, rook d1, rook d8. Now I'm threatening the p to play rook d1,
Right.
rook d1, and bishop
Probably
e4.
if I take on d8.
So then I play maybe queen d8 or bishop d8. And if you play f6, I could even think of taking on e4 and winning your pawn on f6. All the rooks are gone and everything, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
But then on knight d8, I maybe go like knight c1.
so what we're saying, knight takes e4. He played that, and again, this is following a
he
queen
played.
c6. Okay, that's also possible. I like the way black's played, actually, and I think white's made a mistake here. And with king b1, suddenly things are, you know, if knight c3, black could play, you just play bishop g5.
That's true, and you really need to defend your knight.
I think white is in trouble, and let's see what happened. Let's see. He played back there, and look. Okay. But we can see that black is kind of taking over the initiative.
Yeah, because he's gonna
Bishop
play
f6. I mean, this is exactly what black wants. Two bishops, open position. You know.
knight d7, rook d7 on f2, like you're gonna take on f2.
Yeah, this has been this has not been good for white.
Yeah, I think
white's in
in
trouble.
danger, yes.
I mean, maybe he might lose another pawn. I don't know.
But then I want to go bishop f6, take on c3,
Yeah,
and then d1,
exactly.
like
Yeah,
hanging.
I gained a lot of knowledge.
Okay,
Yeah,
folks.
Our young star kind of.
Our young star
Is in
was
danger.
impetuous with, and maybe in this. Would you mind taking over for 1 minute while I just exit here? And
Sure.
I'm gonna leave you with Natalia commenting, and I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. So we are looking over, like we start all over again. So we're going to board 1, where 2 masters play. So they have so far perfect score, like 2 out of 2, and now they meet each other in the 3rd round. So when last time when we look at this game, the white was up a pawn. So they are still up a pawn, but black is they're trying to prove that they have a compensation for the pawn. So I'm not sure if they have a compensation here because so I don't see the immediate threats by black. So what? So he the last move was knight a3. So he wants to take the c2 square under control because knight c2 was like a danger to check on the king and to take the rook. So okay, what is now after knight a3? So what are the threats by black? So I'm not. I don't see them right away. And also like white up in exchange since we last been here. So let us go back a little bit and just see how. So I believe last time we saw he went on the bishop f2, and then he went rook c8, like he defends by moving the pawn to b3, and then bishop goes back to c5. So the whole maneuver, like going bishop on f2 and then back to c5, I'm not a big fan of. I think the much better square was on b4 for the bishop. So knight goes to b7, and then here he sacrificed, like black sacrificed the exchange. So I'm not sure if there are some concrete variations that white losing, then maybe it's right, but I don't see them. So knight takes on d8, knight takes queen e1, bishop b4, knight f3. So this is the current position where the black I think on the next move. I don't see any concrete variation that white are losing, and they are up a pawn and up an exchange. So I think that white is much better here. So let's go to the next. Next board is board number 2, where the Conrad Diaz is playing their young player, and he is like the first time I've seen this young player here. So but Conrad Diaz is a regular, and he's like 150 points higher than the young player. But I think the position here is very simplified now, and there are like a rook ending, and it's like 5 pieces each, and probably it's gonna be a draw unless the king will go all the way up to c5 and just take that. But anyway, I think it's a drawish position. We'll see what happens. But what we just the poll came back, so I just want to show him that this is the board number 1, and where like now white up a pawn and up an exchange. And I think I didn't see
and the exchange,
and I didn't see the immediate threats by black that white would lose immediately. If they there's no immediate threats, then white are winning here, I would say. Do you see any
anything for black here? Let's say bishop d4, rook b1, knight e4. I'm just trying to look at all the
because these pieces kind of are out of the game, right? Like bishop on g6, like don't have any squares.
Very much so.
And knight here also not active, so that's why they're trying to attack with only these 2 pieces and the rook. But I mean, I don't see like immediate.
If knight d3 check, bishop d. I'm trying to think. If knight d3 check, maybe you can get the pawn at b3. If bishop takes knight, rook takes. I agree. This is it looks to me like white try to get his pieces. Just needs a few developing moves, and it's going to be very difficult for black
to prove anything. Right.
Young players like Stearman are often used to sort of battling their way out with tactics, but Shaw is an experienced master. It's going to be, it's going to be more difficult to swindle. I don't mean to use that word, but it's not so easy to hoodwink a stronger master like Shaw in this position is.
Yeah, he has enough time because usually if he makes mistakes, I saw him making mistakes under time pressure.
Sure, everybody does.
Right,
yeah.
everybody does, yeah.
Right.
But some people play better in time pressure than others. So, but
And does Shaw play well under time
no, I
pressure?
saw a few times that he not so much. So, but he has a lot of time, so
Yeah.
it's not.
And if black sacrifices a piece, like knight takes e4, pawn takes, bishop takes pawn or something, then he's a rook down.
Well, yeah, he better
Yeah.
find some winning moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it's gonna be over soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
keep going.
So then we briefly visited this
Yeah.
is simple position that we think
Probably
that
a
we
draw.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Sure. Yeah.
even though like black has two islands, pawn islands here, I mean,
Yeah.
the king is so close and it's defended. So
Okay.
okay, here's the
Let's go back to the Conrado game
Yes.
and just see how they got there, because I replay the moves from the last time we were.
yeah.
Remember,
Do you want me to
You can go
click
say-
here or no?
somewhere. Yeah, remember we were looking at this. I like to go back and see
Yeah.
how they got. Okay,
Yeah,
I think we
here,
were here.
right?
Yeah.
We were here,
Yeah.
and he went like bishop e4.
Okay.
Right? And then there's an exchange here.
Yeah. This game was never going to
And we kind of
be.
predicted that it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
Because we kind of
But I like to
felt-
see what.
Yeah.
White has this.
So basically, by taking this piece, is like white. It means that
Right.
there's not much advantage here.
I mean, maybe Carlson would be able to win with white, but
Um,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's
bishop
not-
c6, and this microscopic endgame advantage for white.
yeah, because you need to defend your second rank
Right.
here, right? So you need to
Yeah.
exchange one more piece,
Sure.
right? Yeah. Okay, he went on defensive, but I think he even like rook d2 with also
Rook d2, rook
right.
c6.
Rook b2.
No, rook.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably rook d6 is prudent.
No, yeah. I forgot that. I was counting pawns.
Right? No. I okay. So then this happens. White's got some pressure,
But
but it's not.
yeah, rook a6, rook c7.
Yeah, it's probably just not going to be enough.
I'm not sure if the rook kind of passive here.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
rather keep it here or go to c5 maybe.
Well, he's forcing black to put his rook in even worse position, right, by playing rook c7.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of cancels.
But then I go rook b7.
Yeah.
Oh, king b7.
He's
it's
going to have to go rook a5. And this is
Yeah.
where we are. Okay.
yeah, not too much. Not
So
much to look there.
let's go back again to 14 or something. 15, whatever. Somewhere. Yeah, let's
Okay.
just go.
We've been here, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we looked last time.
Right.
A4, rook g8. Yeah, we saw this a4 with
Right.
the idea of bishop c1 and a3.
So then what happened?
And then rook e1.
Right. And we looked at this. We were
Yeah,
here.
that's where we left.
Right. Okay. So then what?
Knight e7. Okay.
Okay. Attacking
Okay,
the
he's
knight.
attacking the knight.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if knight e7. Do you like the knight e7? Because it's kind of a3 with the tempo. So
Yeah. Well,
And
he was trying to defend against knight h4. I think Black has been kind of moving back and forth, and his moves haven't been making. So it goes
here,
for this.
I think it's out of desperation. Maybe, no?
So he takes en passant, of course. And now goes queen d2.
Oh. the pawn structure is ruined, and I don't think like bishop and a5 not participating and
I
attack
agree. Well,
here.
black might get a quick attack. That's the only hope now.
But you need kind of all pieces on the king side, but your bishop on d7 maybe, you know, and queen a5 not doing anything.
Let's see what happens. Queen d2.
Okay, so but where is he's going
He's
to
going
go?
for an attack. Is black's last hope.
Oh, he
It kind of makes sense. I mean, what if you
go back.
if you went back bishop c1, then pawn f4. I mean, white's finding it a little. White has to play king e2 and rook h1. Let's see what happens.
But now you can,
Now maybe bishop c1. Then
yeah.
rook g6. See, black is getting a little something here. What did Ezra play? Bishop
Oh.
c1, rook g6. So here we are. Interesting. Not so easy.
Yeah, I don't want to take on h4 because your queen, black queens all of a sudden will become so active
Yeah.
piece, and then the other rook can go on g8 and stuff like that.
And suddenly white
And
looks.
you know, from h4 you're defending on h6. You can, you know,
Yeah,
free
what I think,
your rook.
I think that white wasn't doing enough thinking here. Maybe when he played bishop a3. I hate to say it, but this is a very forcing sequence that black played, right? Bishop a3, g5. I mean,
But you
the
don't,
what-
you don't need to take on g5. Why would you? Because
You mean take en passant? But
Yeah.
then black has a beautiful mobile pawn structure.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
f4, you know. I mean, bishop a3,
yeah,
you know,
he-
what else? What's black going to do? He's going to play g5. Then what are you going to do? You have to think. I have to take en passant. He takes with the knight. He's attacking my queen. I go back to d2. And now this is an obvious move in a way.
right, because
know.
you want to go knight h4, right?
Yeah, and now I'm
so
not sure.
instead
So
of bishop a3, was there any other options there? So this was the position, right,
Yeah.
when he played knight
Yeah.
a5.
right.
Um,
I mean, you could play bishop d2. Maybe you could play e6.
yeah, knight e5.
E6 and knight e5.
But he didn't want to give away the pawn just like that.
Yeah. The other thing, maybe play. I'm trying to find a good move for white here. Is maybe knight h4, rook e3, and rook g3, or something like that. To go ahead with the original idea of playing knight h4, just because, see, if you play knight h4, then you can play bishop a3 maybe at that point, after you've played knight h4. It's just a thought. I'm just thinking that white kind of went into this whole thing, and then at the end of it, maybe his position is not so great, you know? I mean, he's playing very forcefully, bishop a3, but then comes this forcing kind of situation, and now white finds himself maybe in not such a great position.
Right, because
Yeah.
black wants to take on g2, right?
Sure, and attack on the g file,
Right,
or play
but
knight
the-
f3, queen h4, and just continue. When
Right, but you don't want to take on h4 because you activate the black's queen so much, and the queen is gonna attack. From h8
Yeah.
and defend h6.
and funny enough, in this position, the opposite color position is helping the attacking player. It always is like that, you know.
Yeah, even though the black pawn structure is
It's
ruined,
terrible.
but on the other hand, maybe they will find
The
something.
dynamics in the position are overwhelming the static positional elements. Because positionally, white looks like he has a great game, but black is developing a dynamic initiative.
And how
Yeah.
would you
And it-
move here as white?
I agree. It's difficult. Black has a clear plan. Play rook g8.
No,
the
you
other
want
rook
to defend on g2 right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you want to play knight takes g2, right?
I think white didn't think this through.
Or they want to take on f3 and go queen h4 themselves.
Yeah.
Themselves. So
I think white dug his own hole here.
yeah, that's how in TNM, like this is like there are like probably 500 points difference between the white player and
Right.
the black player, and this is how the game goes. So and it's anybody's game.
It's not
right?
quite that much here. Like
he's 2300 and
yeah.
and
South
is like 1850,
Maybe you're right.
400 points,
Yeah,
400
that's
something
a
points.
lot.
It's a big difference,
But
but it's anybody's game here, right?
I think the fault lies in in this. However, this game turns out, and we can see White's taking a lot of time. He's behind on time. Maybe his position's not that good. The fault lies in the way that White was playing here up to
Right.
this point. I
And
think
I'm just noticed the big difference in times.
Yeah.
It also brings extra pressure to the
Yeah,
white.
yeah. We'll come back.
Right.
Let's come back to this. It's,
So much fun, Paul. Probably, yeah.
Okay, so this is Carlos Davila. Let's go back here. We had this position, Bishop G1. Yeah, this is great. No, this is great. I'm learning a lot. Knight D4, Rook E1, Queen E2, Bishop D4, and Queen G4, just like we predicted. All of these moves. Queen H3. I kind of like that's a tricky move with the idea of E5 and Rook F6 maybe, and just keeping, Bishop G1, okay? Oh, wow. All right, let's go back here.
Where?
Okay, so I guess if White plays King G1, he just loses the E4 pawn. Looks.
Oh, if you take it with the rook or king, there are like 3 pieces like attacking E4,
Yeah.
the only 2
So
defenders.
let's see what happens here.
Wow, it's way
Okay.
too... Oh,
This
because
is-
you cannot take with the pawn because on H7,
Right,
Bishop
right.
takes H7.
And if Rook E5, then Rook F6.
No, because he thought that he's gonna lose on E5 anyway.
I
On
see. So he's
E4,
just
that he
giving.
decided to.
And
Oh, maybe
so
he's
Rook
gonna
E5,
take.
and then he took with the king. All right.
Yeah, maybe he thought, oh, maybe there is a chance that he will take with the pawn, and then he's gonna win the win the queen.
Well,
Yeah.
this has not turned out well for Carlos.
Yeah, so basically he was losing this pawn one way or another, right? So
I
he
guess.
decided to lose this way.
And I've watched enough of Chiron's game to know that this is not going to end up well.
Yeah, I have that feeling as well. So
Yeah. And now that's a kind of a nice move, Rook H6 maybe, to play the other rook over to H. To
H5.
To play the other rook over to H5. Black has played a very original kind of a game here. I mean, he took some chances, I think.
Yeah, it was so dynamic position with the full of possibilities.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Black took. I think that there was somewhere around here. Let's go back. I mean, I think we can say that Carlos is in trouble. He's a pawn down.
probably was in trouble from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm just saying because
No.
his opponent is very strong.
He's a very strong player,
right?
but there was somewhere around here. Let's take a look back when Black started to play these moves. All right, so Knight H5. This is kind of the start of some interesting play by Black. And
Right.
it's worth looking at, I think, because it didn't seem like Carlos did anything really wrong, but Black's kind of eccentric play worked out well for him. And so Bishop E3, that looks right. Maybe the bishop should have come back to D2. Is that
but
possible?
I mean, on E3 it's like a natural square, right? So
E3
I mean,
is
you
a
kind
natural
of-
square? Okay, Knight F6.
You kind of keep B6 under, the gun. I mean, I don't know.
So we were looking at H3 as before, and then but thinking that Black maybe could play D5.
Yeah, E3 I believe too slow.
Yeah.
You don't have time to win the piece because you with G4 you're exposing your king.
Well,
you
we
know.
were here before, so
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
go on and see
Let's
what
move
else.
on, yeah.
Let's move on. Okay.
You have so many other interesting games to look.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So what happened here? This was. I'm going to go back again.
Oh, this is the game for the extra piece. Like
Okay. So
piece
yeah.
sacrifice,
So Black
right?
did play after F3. Black did play Bishop takes G5,
All right.
and did play rook f5, and white went ahead and played b4. Wow. Remember what I thought?
Yeah,
Oh,
this will never happen
But-
under any circumstances.
Right. I mean, this is desperation, I think.
Um,
I think this is desperation because if white doesn't do that, it's just losing this pawn, and this is if knight a4, rook d7. I mean, that's all I can think of that black is. Let's see what happened. Rook g5 attack.
yeah,
there.
it's kind of.
But then queen h4.
Yeah,
Black goes on to the
he can
attack.
go. He can go on knight f4. She could have gone. Oh, he could have gone knight a4, right?
Maybe then rook d7. Is that possible?
Well, you kind of take on c3 with a check.
And then king a1, and now I'm attacking your queen. If you play queen d7, I think check and I win. Oh, it's very crazy.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe rook d7 is a. Oh, but then I would. Yeah. I thought for a moment that I would go knight d1, but then if it wouldn't be a check, then I would go with the rook c1
Right,
mate.
but I take
But
you
I
with
with a
the
check.
check.
Right.
Very interesting. Okay, so rook black chooses to go on the attack. Rook t8 check. Wow. Okay, let's see.
I don't want to change it right
Oh wow. Oh.
now. Yeah.
Was there a sound? Like, can you go back a little?
Yeah,
A few
let's go
moves?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no checks here.
No. So, if this position is all that black could get, of course this is, huh.
Yeah, this looks like a draw.
It looks like if white plays actively right here, that it's going to be a draw. In fact, that's white even started off with this fine move, and that just wins the c5 pawn. Yeah. I think we're looking at another draw, a rook and pawn draw. Yeah. So did black mess up? Let's take a look after b4.
I don't want to do that, but I have to do that.
What happens after? What happens after knight a4? I mean, that's the obvious move
No,
here instead of rook
But
g5.
as you said, rook d7.
Rook d7. Okay. So queen d7, queen h8, king f7, queen h8, king f7, rook h7, king g6. Knight a4, rook d7, queen d7, queen h8, king f7, rook a6.
No, but basically I can like rook a4. Like if you, I can make a check with queen, which and take your and take your queen on d7.
So let's see, knight a4,
Rook d7,
queen d7,
queen h8,
king f7,
queen. Then you go king e8.
Go ahead.
am I missing something here? Rook h7 check, king g6. Now if I play rook d7, you play rook h8.
Right.
So knight a4. What happens on knight a4?
No, rook g7.
Queen g7.
Queen
Looks very strong. Queen h8. I mean, I think queen d7 rather. Queen e7. Queen h8 check. King f7. Maybe g6 check. Oh, g6 check. King g6.
Yeah, king g6.
How come my brain is? Queen h8, king f7. rook h7, king g6, rook g7, rook h7, king g6, rook h6, king g5 is even possible, I think. So maybe g6 check, but then king takes g6, and then queen h6, king f7, queen h7, king f6, rook a. I'm not seeing clearly
No,
here.
but basically, key knight f4, rook d7,
Queen
queen
d7.
d7, queen h8,
King f7.
queen h7, king e8, right? Otherwise, I will take
Oh,
f7.
right. And then-
So I will do check
Queen
here.
g8,
King e7,
rook h7. Yeah.
rook h7, and then I will take with the.
And I can take your
Take with the check.
with the check. Okay.
But still, you will have two rooks and the knight for the queen.
You want to cheat? We can look over here. We can
It's
cheat.
time to cheat, right?
We can look at the game over here. Let's see. How do we find the other games?
No, will we scroll up a little bit? Yes. Yeah, move. Yeah, and then from the drop down
Yes.
here, yeah.
Okay.
Pick another.
This is.
Oh wow, it's much easier. Like you can see.
And we're
Okay,
going to go
we-
back.
we
We're
go-
going to we're cheating here, folks, at the Tuesday night marathon.
But it's legal. It's allowed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to.
Oh, he moved back, Ron. He moved back. Okay.
Wow. After rook g5, b4. Oh no. So. Okay. So white. Okay. b4
Was a mistake.
was a mistake, and knight a4 was a winning move for black. Amazing. Let's
Let's go. Let's see what's on.
knight a4. Black is winning. If rook d7, folks, knight a4, rook d7. We can't show you this at home, but then knight c3 check. King a1, then queen d7, or queen d7 right away.
Oh, we did queen.
Queen g6. Anyway, apparently black
There's
survives
there is
everything.
It's to be suspected, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't find any winning variation for white, so
Right.
that's why we decided to cheat. But this is just confirming
That's true.
that we were right.
Yeah, yeah. We're better than computers here.
I agree.
Yeah, we're much better than the computers. So let's see. Let's just go through what's happened here. Let's see. Does this? Oh, whoa. Okay. Wow. How does that work? So quickly, it went like this, and this, which we assumed was a completely. Yeah. So it's an equal game.
Yeah, there's not much to see
Um,
here.
Here's Winslow. Wow. Okay, a lot has happened in this game. Let's go back to what we looked at before. It's amazing how slow we are. Yeah, this is exactly what we thought, with black just having a nice kind of...
Center.
yeah, and this is... yeah.
I would put my money on Elliot.
On Elliot, yeah. Okay. Rook h4 check, must play king g1. Because if you take back, well, you could, yeah, you can't take, yeah, of course, he does rook h4. And that's all she wrote. No, white can play queen f1 at the end. I'm looking at King
No, but he's
G1,
gonna take on the.
King G1, Rook H1, King H1, Queen H6, King G1, Queen H3, Queen F1. Okay.
No, like if you take, I will take with the check.
Right, and that's the end of the game.
Knight G1, Knight G4, Knight F1,
Queen,
Knight
Queen,
G2.
yeah. And yeah.
I'm gonna
But
take.
but what if White plays King G1 here?
Okay, then you just kind of give away the pawn on H4. Yeah, but and also you king will
Yeah, I
still
was-
remain in danger.
Yeah, I was looking at Rook H1, King H1, Queen H6, King G1, Queen H3, and White plays Queen F1. So there's still White's still thrashing around here. Black has 2 pawns now for the exchange and a kind of a dominating position. So and an attack, right? So
Yeah.
we'll say that Black is much better and perhaps even has a forced win, even though I can't immediately see it. King G1, Rook H1, King H1.
Let's try something here.
You know, maybe Queen F5 first. Queen H6, King G1. I think, you know, Black is definitely doing very well here. All right, so let's go. Let's see who else is. This is Russell Wong. What happened here? Oh, this was kind of a
Middle game.
Yeah, nothing great. Nothing extraordinary. Well, okay, so White giving away a pawn here, which
Yeah.
Black took.
And take another pawn.
And took another pawn. The only question is, can he trap the queen?
Yeah, where the queen would go.
White's given up 2 pawns to try to trap the queen, and maybe the queen is trapped.
But how do you trap?
I don't know.
The question is, how do you trap the queen? Because with the knight on c5, it just
yeah.
take, you know,
Well,
takes
Black.
d3 and b3. Like if you, but the at
This is a
this,
very odd
but
game.
this
Huh.
moment the queen has nowhere to
Right,
move.
right.
But on the other hand, you need to attack the queen. And how do you attack the queen? If you take like,
Well, Rook D2, but then Knight B3.
right?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
knight on c5 is kind of says, prove me wrong, right?
it seems to me Black should be winning here. If he's 2 pawns up, you know. So Russell, yeah. On the other hand, White.
On the other hand, the
White might be just trying. White might now just go for the repetition of a draw here.
no, but rook
What a
c1,
mess. Rook C1,
bishop, queen b2,
Rook B1,
a3, yeah,
A1.
yeah,
Maybe Black should play
a1, knight
A5
b,
or
yeah,
something.
well, yeah, it seems they can take on b7 and see what happens. Oh, then b7.
No,
No, it's a 5.
I don't know. White. This is almost ridiculous to do this unless you knew that you were forcing the win of the queen. You know, to lose 2 pawns in this position. I don't know. Oh, let's look at this.
Yeah.
What a fantastic position. Okay. The 2 Russians. This was an interesting game.
Yeah,
Okay, we left off here.
yes.
And-
There are many moves, right?
Right, okay, so Black took there, and White took, and Black took, and now Black is developing, and White's defending. Black has played well here, I think.
Yeah, they're just exploring the weaknesses of White as well.
Rook D5.
I'll take on d5,
And then pawn takes,
and then
and then
And
F6.
Or do you take
and
on
then
E5?
E5, yeah. Rook D5.
rook d5 maybe. Yeah, you need to
Oh.
take because you're gonna lose on e5, right?
This could have been a bad blunder on Felix's part here by playing King E7. Let's just double check that. Rook D5, folks.
Yeah, you don't have many other moves, right? Because you want to take on E5, and you attack on the queen, so you need to take on D5, right?
It looks like that way. I mean, if you play knight F3, rook C5, rook D2, then queen D2, knight D2, and rook moves rook C7 check, and that's it. Game over.
Right, you open exchange.
Yeah. So rook D5. Okay, rook takes D5, ED, queen D5. Then queen E5 check, and you're up a piece.
Yeah,
And
and
if you play F6, knight E5, and comes crashing through. Knight E5, FE, queen E5 check.
Yeah,
I think black has completely messed this up.
Yeah.
Maybe here he should play. What should he play though? He's behind. He's crucially behind in development here.
Yeah, but if you play F6, then I will go knight D4.
Rook D8.
Oh yeah.
Rook
And
D8.
yeah,
So
but I was thinking about exploring the E6
Yeah.
square, so also yeah.
maybe rook E8 here. I don't know.
Yeah, this
Looks
is
like-
bad. If you
this
look
looks
after
bad.
king E7, if it's not a good, because on the first glance it was a good move, right? So it has an idea. You connect your rooks on the 8th rank, and basically, but as you know, notice that after rook D5, so it's
Rook
kind of-
D5 looks very strong here. Very strong. I don't see a defense almost. And
Yeah.
Alexander plays it. Yeah, and that's a
But it was
fatal
kind of
flaw. Yeah, it was.
Easy move to find, kind of in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Somewhere back here, Black fell behind in development. Looked like he was maybe doing okay, but needed to untangle his
After
pieces.
G3, but
Let's see. Maybe now is the time to play King E7.
yeah.
You know, I mean, just do anything you can to develop. This didn't work out. Rook D1. And suddenly, Black is kind of in trouble.
Maybe you need to take on D1, take on F3, like to exchange as many pieces as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to watch out for Rook D8 and Rook H8, or just.
Yeah, because there is no, like, if you take on D1, there is no taking on F3, because
Maybe play Rook E8, and if Rook D5, Queen C7, and just pray
No,
that you
just
can
don't-
get out of here. But it
I
doesn't.
don't like the knight
yeah.
E5 down. Yeah, you need to maybe go to knight E7 right away and connect your pieces or your rooks.
It looks like he was in trouble after this Queen E2, knight E5. Maybe now was the time to play G6 or something to try to, or F6. Maybe F6. Although knight
I
D4.
say knight D4,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you gonna,
Yeah.
maybe knight king E7 here.
Yeah, or knight F6, something. He
No,
fell.
but
He
knight-
just fell behind.
Knight just came from F6. You don't want to move to F6 again. Right?
Well, let's just move back and forth and hope for the best.
Oh, okay.
All right. No. Okay. So we're here. We're here, and poor Felix now.
He's gonna feel the pain. Yes.
He's going to feel the pain. This is, maybe he thought that he could play Queen D5, and White can't play Knight E5, right? Because it's pinned.
But you can play Queen E5.
Yeah, I know, but
There's
this
no
is the kind of
queen.
mistake that people make in their mind. Suddenly, oh no, and
Yeah. Suddenly.
this is terror. This is losing a piece. If you have to play F6 and then Knight E5, take Queen E5 check,
Yeah.
and Rook comes over to E1 or something. Ugh.
Knight E6, Queen E6.
Yeah, and
then,
you're winning right away. I mean, you're winning almost immediately.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on.
This
let's
is
go on.
not gonna last long.
And this is Adrian Kondakov. Let's see. we were here. Let's go quickly through these. We thought black was doing very well here. Very tactical game. Oh no!
Here.
Bishop f6. Could. Oh, then queen f5 check.
Right.
Bishop f6, queen f5 check.
No, bishop f6. I will take on d1 and take.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. So queen d7, d8. I think Adrian is maybe not doing so good here. Queen c7, I mean, does that look forced? It's the only score for the queen. Queen c7.
But then I will take
Then
on
if-
f5.
Queen c7. If rook d4, bishop d4, queen d8, so that's no good. Queen f5 and queen d7 maybe, or queen, may possible, or rook d7 or something. Queen f5, trying to find a move that consolidates.
So your only option is to go queen c7, right?
Right, but then if you go queen f5, king a2, and now black, maybe queen,
Pinned.
the bishop on b7 is hanging.
Right.
And if you play rook d7, then queen b8, and I don't know. If you play,
No, but basically if you go with queen c7, I will take on d4. Rook takes d4.
then rook takes d4. And if bishop takes d4, queen d8,
D8.
mate. Okay. I'd say this is still tricky and not so easy.
Yeah.
White has to play queen c7. And
They can repeat like rook c8.
That's
rook
true.
d8.
that's
If
true. Maybe
you
it's a
wanna-
draw. Yeah, it's a draw. All right, let's go back to Tenzing Shaw, and I'm not sure where we left off.
Well, he like sacrificed the exchange, right? The pawn. He was down
Oh
pawn.
yeah, we
exchange.
were at this situation. Okay, so black played here to redeploy the knight here. So he's trying to stay calm. And, right? I mean, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to stay calm, even though he's down the exchange in a pawn. So knight d7, bishop b2.
Yeah, we were talking about these two pieces left in the game, so he's
Right.
trying to bring back
Knight
one
b6,
piece.
king e2, f5, rook d1. It looks to me like white is just consolidating, and black is close to.
But white still want to exchange few pieces, right? To take
Yeah.
few pieces off the board, and they feel,
Yeah.
Because now there's 4 minor pieces, and kind of your king is in the center, so they.
This
Okay,
looks like trouble, and we'll let's cheat again. I'm gonna go over
We
here.
don't have to, but we will, right?
Yeah. We want to know what the silicon monster says.
Yeah, it's totally winning for white, especially.
This is
I
not good for Stearman. This is a 4 points ahead advantage.
Isn't that c4 was the best move for black? I don't like when he's exchanging the pieces, because the whole idea is like he has like many minor pieces.
Carlos, sorry. I heard it on the.
Well, let's see. Why did he do that? I mean, it's possible that white was going to play a5 and force that exchange anyway, or
Yeah, I think it's lost position.
yeah, I think it's just bad. It's just bad. Bad. Shaw is Stearman is a talented young player, but Shaw is a strong master and not to be underestimated. He sits there and he'll grind it out with you. So let's take a look at Diaz, and this game was headed for a draw.
Right.
but it's.
Oh, they're still playing, but I mean.
Oh, they drew.
Oh, they
the
drew?
game.
Oh, okay.
And this one, Carlos Loss.
Carlos Long.
Chiron, really talk about it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm probably gonna.
Thank you, Natalia.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you
was
very
It
much
was so much fun. So
to win your game,
yeah, so
especially.
I hope next round I'm gonna
Okay.
end quickly and join.
All right, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Yeah, we had some questions about your game. Actually seemed to come up with a kind of an original idea there, which I thought was, which we couldn't refute.
Wait, I did, or you did?
Yeah, I thought you kind of, let's see. Okay, so let's go back. Let's take a look at your game,
yeah.
or you can start explaining everything to me. Let's.
Yeah, you can start from the beginning. Yeah, I mean,
This is okay. So let's see. We have FIDE Master.
Turn her off,
Turn what off?
Natalia.
Okay, I'm trying to do that. Okay.
down.
So we're changing the names of the people here, and one day I'm gonna learn how to do this really quickly.
Okay, right there.
But right now, we're going
Oh,
to.
good. And then go up. Go all the way
Did I
up.
lock that? Is that correct?
No, you go there. Go with Natalia. Wait with Chiron. And turn it on. Right there. Here you go. Now go over there and click transition.
Go over where?
There. In the middle. Click that down. No, no,
Exit
no,
out?
No, no, no.
Better not.
Click transition. There you go.
Look at that.
fancy.
So we have FIDE Master Paul Whitehead here and FIDE Master Kyron Griffith. And Natalia is gone for the evening after winning a brilliant game.
No, she's in the other room.
Oh, she's in the other room, says International Master Elliot Winslow behind me. All right, have you finished?
Yes.
You finished your game, Elliot? Okay, we'll get you to join us here in a minute. So yeah, run us through this quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he played F4 against the Nightorf, which...
I've played that. I've played that as well.
Yeah, I think it's an old main
Yeah,
line.
old.
I think black is supposed to be getting equality in
Yeah.
all these lines. But, I mean, it's dynamic, so it's, I guess, good for both of us. It's definitely,
So
definitely a game.
Both sides are worse.
Yeah.
So interesting. This position, like,
Yeah.
okay, so is Queen E1 the right idea here?
Yeah,
Or
I-
is Queen E2? I know very little. I know how to play the openings, but I don't know how to play them well.
They're both played pretty frequently. Yeah, I mean, the idea of Queen E1 is to trade on E5 and play Queen G3 and have some sort of pseudo attack, which is like it's never really scary, but
Right.
it can be if black doesn't do something right.
Okay, all right. So Rook C8.
I think he's supposed to take on E5 at some point here. Like,
I was going to ask you that if that was.
yeah. So actually, when I played Rook C8, I was really considering taking on F4, but I didn't
wanted
like.
to wait him.
Remove.
Yeah, I mean, after you played Bishop D2, I took on F4 immediately because
Right.
I was already thinking about doing that, and it just gave me a free move. I mean, I think that's got to be the reason why everyone's taking on E5 as white. So.
Right, because this loses a tempo. I see.
Yeah. So I took and played Knight H5.
Okay, so Knight H5. So this,
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, this grouping of pieces on the king side is kind of new for me. I mean,
It's a little funky.
it's a little it's, and I was trying to kind of refute it or see what I could do to make it not work, and I never really found anything.
Yeah.
Natalia and I were looking at this because it was kind of, yeah, it was like, okay, this is natural. I mean, in retrospect, maybe Bishop D2, but
No, I mean, he's fine here. It's just, I kind of like this because I'm covering a lot of the kingside squares where he wants to come in.
I was thinking, okay, what about H3 and then D5? I mean, probably.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Or
Why not?
what were you thinking on H3?
I mean, I didn't have
Or
anything.
H4 for that matter.
Yeah, I didn't have anything concrete, but I knew that weakening G3 like that just would definitely give me chances. Like,
Right.
And if he ever plays G4,
I'm this
then his
really
king's really-
materialistic player. I'm like,
Yeah.
H3 threatens G4, and where is
Yeah.
that knight going to go? You know, that's kind of the way I think.
I would
you
have
know?
loved to see
like,
G4 at some point.
blood. Sure, of
Yeah.
course, and especially because it looks like you could probably play D5 here.
Yeah.
And if E5 94, you know, you could even play
Or
rook
knight
c3.
g4,
You
sure.
could even play rook c3 after h3. Because if the queen took, you could throw your knight into g3
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
win e4.
Possibilities.
Yeah, so h3 is probably not good.
Yeah, no, rook d1 is a. I didn't expect rook d1. It's a good move. I probably should have expected actually.
But well, okay. So is bishop g1 right here? I mean,
I was for sure thinking bishop d4, but bishop d4
allows f4 the f4 square for your knight.
That's. I mean, this is too. After bishop d4, I was going to play bishop f6, and you can trade, and then he has no discoveries with the knight. Like important is knight h4. I have queen e5 hitting at h2, and then it's. I think I'm very happy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bishop g1's hard to refute though. Bishop f6.
But this all is all very logical for black, and again, so what about? I'm looking at this position again, trying to look at this for the first time. What about knight d5? And then with the idea of queen b4, maybe after. I want to take one of your bishops. I really want to take one of your bishops.
Yeah. I mean, I might. If I can take b2, I might just do that. I might like.
Yeah, it's tactical.
But then maybe rook b1, you get b6. So
or sure. I could take on b6 right away because I've got my bishop on g1 too.
But knight d5, for some reason, I didn't think was scary.
Play rook e8?
Yeah, it takes in rook e8.
Takes in rook e8.
The queen has no squares.
D5. Well, it's got b4. It's got that b4.
Yeah, but you might get mated.
It's true. I might. Well. Both your bishop at b7 gone and my bishop. Yeah, it's true. I might get mated. It's true.
Well, okay.
It's unclear. Or
I mean, I think. Put it on the table. Or are you able to?
I can't actually do that.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Well, then because then you'd lose the game, and then
No. I mean, we could probably analyze it. We don't have that capability right now.
Okay.
We're just starting this, and so it's okay. So I agree. It looks black looks good.
I mean, his move knight d4 is actually annoying too. This is going to f5. So my first reaction was knight h2 here, and it just doesn't quite work. I don't think. Like I really wanted to play knight h2, but
interesting.
I think knight h2 rook f6 and. I like knight h2, rook f6, queen f6, bishop h2, queen d4, bishop a6, and I'm losing.
What happens after? Queen h4? Did you say?
Knight h2, rook f6.
Right, queen f6.
Bishop h2.
And then
you can't take d4 because bishop a6 gets the piece back.
Right.
And
what was wrong with just taking it with the king?
Knight h2, king h2, bishop e5 check. I think.
Can you do any other move?
I think it's really check and knight g3 comes and you can play king h3, but I didn't even analyze that.
I wouldn't have either.
I think I would have. I would have taken that.
That was very strong, and especially because we couldn't find a refutation. I mean, really, that was
queen
powerful.
Queen 2
looks logical, but the way you played was just simple and effective. I thought.
Yeah, bishop d4, forced.
Yeah.
d4, knight f6, queen h3 is a good move.
I mean, he's losing a pawn. I think he's just losing. Isn't
queen
he?
h3 takes g1. So e5 was a blunder. He should just go king takes g1 here, and e5 is a blunder. But
So,
king takes g1, I don't think, because like, if you take on e4, you get to rook d6 at the end.
At the end, right.
So I don't actually. I think I was gonna after king g1, I was gonna play rook e5 here actually, and just kind of play the position.
And that's a good position to play.
I can take on e4, trade everything, allow rook d6, and then I think it's just pretty much an equal end.
I see.
Assuming I don't lose b6 at the end, but
right.
I think rook e5 keeps stuff going. But
okay, all right, you're right. I mean, e5 is a blunder.
Yeah, e5 is a blunder for sure. King g1. Yeah, now I'm just.
Was he hoping to play rook f6 here?
That just loses faster.
Yeah.
My king just runs e7.
Yeah. And then you've played a lot of, what I've noticed is there's been a lot of odd looking moves by black that just work perfectly. I mean, it's like, that is an odd looking move. It seems slow and sluggish, but coming up as rook h5.
No, the main points is that like indirectly defends d6 because after bishop f5 I can just move the knight and defense on d6. The bishop's like has to cover g6 now. I'm also threatening rook c to h5, which is really scary.
Exactly.
And bishop e2 just hangs everything. But after bishop f5 it's still a game instead of bishop e2. Bishop f5. It's maybe knight h5 and queen g4 and.
Well, okay, so queen t. Oh, I see, knight h5, right?
I'm not sure knight h5. Actually, bishop f5, maybe knight e8 and just attack h4 and see how he defends that. I mean, he's definitely worse here. I mean, he's down a pawn.
Yeah, he's down a pawn.
H4 is a very hard to defend target.
Well, you have a lot of experience playing him in the Blitz.
Yeah. I think we played this opening many times. So.
Is that right? That's
Actually,
interesting.
Can you, on bishop f5, knight e8, can you play b4 and just dislodge that rook? Where does it go? E5?
I might take c3 and queen h4. I don't know. I should probably calculate that before I say that. So bishop f5, knight e8, e4.
Well, knight h5 isn't that more testing? After
Maybe.
Bishop f5, knight h5.
Because that's kind of going into desperation.
Then queen t6.
No, my rook's on h6.
Yeah, right.
But the problem with knight h5 is I'm not threatening h4 because I want to attack h4 with the rook and the queen. But bishop f5, knight e8, b4.
So you're saying take on c3.
That's what I want to do. I don't know if it works. It probably works. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, you have bishop h3 at the end. Okay, maybe it doesn't work.
So bishop f5, knight e8, b4.
Yeah, that's the question.
Then queen
what about
then queen e5?
I could probably go rook f5. Rook f5. Oh no, I can't do that.
Oh yeah, you can't do rook e5 because it takes.
No, I can't go rook e5. That's rook b4 is enough. Oh, just rook c4 after b4. Right? And threatening h4 and b4.
Oh yeah. So,
Okay.
well, then no.
Okay, I'm also threatening.
What probably better would be bishop f5, knight e8, and then rook d4 or something like that, right?
Yeah, trying to hold h4.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure I would have played knight e8.
Yeah, knight e8. That's
Bishop f5, I can also just shove b5, ask him what he's doing.
Okay, well let's wrap this up. Bishop e2, rook g6, rook g6, queen f8,
and now he's getting windmilled on g2. I think he's losing at least like a queen here. It's like
plans an active scoring fake.
Very discouraging for white, I'm sure. Thank you, Kyron.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see who's next up in the for you. There's some strong competition coming.
Yeah. We'll see how the pairings.
I'm going to look quickly at board one here, which Stearman was getting.
I think he's just down a pawn.
He was down an exchange and a pawn or two.
Too.
Let's see. We had this position. He played knight c4.
Yeah, I think he's losing. I don't see how he loses this.
Also, Shaw. We were talking. Shaw's a pretty accurate technical player. He's
15 minutes, 5-second delay.
Yeah. A lot can happen. Exactly. All right. Thanks again. That was FIDE Master Kyron Griffith, who's one of the favorites to win this tournament. I think he's been a beast of a player. All right, let's see what else is happening. Conrado Diaz and Eric Lee ended in a draw as we predicted. Hey, Juan, can you help me get this back? Juan, I just clicked off the TGT. Can you help me get it back?
I was worried about it. Maybe I should have done that now.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so we had this game. This was surprisingly. Wow.
Whoa, that's a move?
I'd say that Ezra Chambers is getting a surprise here from Sosakobian. I mean, this game almost looks like it's over. If Bishop takes f4, Queen takes f4. G takes f4, Rook g2 mate. It looks to me like it's almost resign time for White. This is amazing, a huge upset. This is a huge upset. We gotta grab who? Elliot Winslow or Segment? Sosa's winning against Chambers. Yeah.
Break down your game on the broadcast? What do you think?
Mugi and Jason.
It's okay.
I'm not sure you're not shy. You have me shy? You're burning this. She's not comfortable then.
Behind us we have some Alexander Ivanov analyzing his game with Felix Rudiak, and also Muki Segmed. I have difficulty pronouncing her name. Analyzing her game, which ended in a draw, I think. Yeah, ended in a draw.
Against Jason.
Against Jason Childress, who drew Patrick Wolf in the previous round. And now we have what is a huge upset coming on board. Whatever this board is, board 3, we have an A player, Sosakobian, winning against Ezra Chambers. I'd like to find Elliot Winslow, but he's analyzing this game now. That's fine. I'm all alone here, but that's okay. As you can see, I have a lot of company back here in the chess club. Many chess players are analyzing their games. We have women FIDE master Segmed Mugi analyzing her game, a draw, and FIDE master, international master Elliot Winslow. Let's see what happened in his game, how that game finished with booster card. Rook h4. Uh-oh, gh4, that was not the right move. Queen h4. A brilliant finish by Elliot Winslow. That was Elliot Winslow winning his game against Brewster Card, and Elliot's trying to make a comeback in this tournament. In round 2, Elliot won his game, but he wasn't in the top 10 boards, but he won, so he's working his way back after an early loss. To Michael Anderson in round 1. This was, let's see, the game of finish of Ivanov's game here was Queen d5, Queen e5 check, and okay. And Alexander Ivanov wins his game against Felix Rudiak. We have Russell Wong against Guy Argo, and we have a draw. Oh no! He couldn't have played Rook B3. Wait a minute, folks.
I stopped calculating there.
There must be a mistake here. There must be a mistake in the notation, TGT boards. White's just played Rook B3. I don't think that is what Russell Wong played in that position. That just hangs the rook 9 ways from Sunday. Okay, so let's forget that. Adrian Kondakov. Wow, somehow swindled, and that's all I'm going to say. Rook C8, Queen D7, Rook D8, Queen C7 has rook protected, check, King A2, Queen C8, Bishop F6. Oh no. Black went wrong here. I mean, Black, as we saw, Black has a number of moves here that just keep the game equal. Queen C6. Rook D8, Queen C7, and now he could have repeated the position with Rook C8. Said Queen F5 check, and I don't like that for the reason that for one pawn, White gets his king in a nice safe spot. Queen C8 turns out to be a blunder, so in this position again, Rook C8. Oh no, Queen B7. Now the problem is that you have the.
But there's no.
Amazing. Queen F5 check might have lost. After Queen, I can try to verify that with the computer, but you can't defend bishop on B7. And the various back rank mate threats. Queen F5 check, King A2. I'm trying to find a move for Black here. And I don't believe there is one. If Rook D7, Bishop F6, Rook C7, Rook D8 mate, and Queen D7, Bishop F6, and you're going to end up a piece down. Instead, I'll try this. Boom! Last chance here was Queen C7, but that's not gonna. Instead, Black tried Rook D1, and then White found this nice move. Queen G3, threatening mate. And after G6, Knight takes D1, and White's a piece up. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. Fortune swing and go back and forth here. Let's go back to board 1. Stearman is a pawn down. I'm sorry, exchange down. And I think is White can play rook e1. I think this is a matter, what they call a matter of technique here. It's not going to be particularly easy, but I think White is very close to winning this. Time trouble will be a problem, will be a factor here, however.
This looks like
Sosa is winning this in several different ways here, I think, at this point. Queen f5 looks like it has a devastating threat of queen h. I mean, queen f5, it looks like maybe the cleanest win here. If bishop f4, queen h3, and rook h5. Of course, f takes g3, f takes g3.
Maybe another five.
Rook takes g3.
If I take here, then I just.
And if rook e4, rook h3 mates.
I just gave him 2 pieces.
Yeah, this is just hopeless. This is hopeless. I'm not sure what's happening in the Russell Wong White. We have a mistake here. I'm going to go over and take a look and see if I can figure out what's happened in this other game.
And it's like, it's one of those things that like, it does look scary, but once the moves start coming on the board, you start figuring it out.
I knew this diagonal would be really good for me, if this happened. I didn't really, the whole point of this was I was like, oh yeah, wait a minute, he's 6
Folks, in case you're tuning in this late, we're live at the Mechanics Institute chess room. Third round of the spring Tuesday night marathon. We have a grandmaster playing in this tournament. He's not playing this round. He'll probably play next round. That's Grandmaster Patrick Wolf. Behind me, I'm in the Skittles room. We have players analyzing their games. Right now we have Elliot Winslow sitting down and going to show us his wonderful game. Yeah, let's see if I can figure out how to put Elliot's name up here. I'm going to...
Just for a change.
I did it! Yay! There's Elliot Winslow. Oh, all right. Elliot, I'm going to go back and I want you to show us your game. Spell check.
I have to because Abel doesn't like experiments.
Okay. Let's find your game, Elliot.
Okay, find my game.
And then I'll let you provide the commentary.
No, there's nothing to say. It's me. I was lucky, as usual. Wait, now what? Does this move the... Does this do it?
Yeah, that does it. Back and forth, and that's all we have. We don't have any fancy computer analysis.
So I knew Bruce played C3 against this.
This is Elliot's opponent, Bruce Ricard, and he's right here.
So I did my usual 5-minute preparation. I knew Bruce played C3 against the Sicilian.
We're on television, no swearing.
What did I say?
Nothing.
What did I say? What did I say?
By the way, we're having fun here at the Tuesday night marathon.
Yes. Tuesday night menagerie-a-thon. Menagerie-a-thon. So I knew he played the C3 against the Sicilian. I also wasn't sure what he played against the Pierce, which I've been playing over and over again. So I saw some Bishop E3 against the Rat, so I wasn't sure what that kind of Pierce were. So anyway, there it is. And this is what I've always played, even against the Mora.
Okay, I'll have a question for you in a few moves, because I was looking at...
So this is my line. I've played knight c6, and I based on the Callister's analysis in one of those rickety anti-Sicilian books. It's actually pretty neat. And
Well, any theory I know is like decades
Oh, I'm
old.
right for that. So this is now actually another reason for playing this stupid line is the whole thing with where white plays a3 and bishop d3, and if you've committed your knight to c6, you can't put your bishop there.
Okay.
So that was one of the things I was thinking. I didn't know which line he played, and now I do. And here we are. So these all happened. This is the book stuff, and that move, which I had.
Maybe it's not so bad.
Cotronius has a big chapter, like 3 chapters or something on all this.
Okay, so
The main move actually is Queen e4, as far as I know.
Okay, all right.
And I can't remember what to do.
That's fine.
Probably
We'll go on general principles.
Okay,
Knight
so-
c3.
Well, and Bruce points out that the book line is to take twice, and c3 and e5, white makes 10 take move the pawn, and
So
then
you're saying knight takes knight, pawn takes
or
knight.
pawn takes pawn first.
Right.
So that d4 is in the yard, so you have to take the pawn.
Okay.
Knight takes d4.
Right.
So
And white's got just a little space and some
yeah, and
attack.
weird pawns, and maybe black has the black has the better long term, but white has some short term
Okay,
danger.
all right, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So anyway, I went here. I had this quote idea.
No. Well, yeah, okay, so, oh no, after bishop d3, it seems to me the normal plan for black would be to play knight b4 and one of the knights to d5 or
Well,
something.
yeah, but he goes bishop back to b1. He's gonna force
Yeah.
g6 again.
Okay.
I thought I wanted to have some counterplay.
So f5, that was an interesting move. Now,
Possibly a blunder. We'll find out.
well, it's not easy to refute because, my instinct is to take on d6 and not on
Really?
f6.
Oh, I wasn't really concerned about that. That's like that classic Kyle Curry's game where white's d1 is as weak as black's other pawns.
And that makes
And
sense
easy
to
to
me.
get
That
to
makes
it.
sense to
I
me.
think Curry's beat him. It was really quite impressive.
What game is that?
Some old Portish, not Portish. Curry's. I think it was Tal Curry's, or maybe it was Curry's Tal. It was in Tal's book.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Okay.
He played for a while or nothing else. So anyway, he took here. That seemed right.
Right. Okay.
And I was toying with G takes, which he thinks would have been.
You were toying with what takes?
Taking with the G pawn.
Well, then if I was white, I'd probably play d5 without even thinking.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's probably vicious. Anyway, I took this way. We
Okay,
can
so
still
now,
play D5.
so
But now I have 95 happily. Sort of happily.
I like the way you played this, Bruce, for a while here, and then something went wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed that. So
That might
all
be
of
lower, I don't know.
this
Okay.
possibly h4 was. I mean, Elliot came
I
up.
was concerned at this point.
I can see that. But you can see that black has only one idea here, and that's to play e5 and bishop f5.
Yeah, I was annoyed after e5. I thought, I missed e5, bishop f5, and
I'm trying to think of.
but actually,
So maybe h4 is not right.
So what else?
maybe queen e2. Queen e2 to prepare.
It's illegal. No, you're on E4. You can't get there from here.
Sorry, what?
You can't get to ED2. Oh, E2.
Well, then
That's
knight
possible.
d4.
Yeah, that's possible. I might just play D5 on that. Or I can play. Oh, Queen E2 hangs the D pawn.
Maybe queen e3.
So what about d5? I mean, that's
You played
the.
95, I think.
I guess this is better. I guess like you're not.
If white plays d5 here, you play knight e5.
Probably.
Yeah. I guess so.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It's like a trade where you're coming.
So h4.
So anyway, this is what happened. This way. And I was, I'm like, I'm getting checkmated or something.
But e5 was a good move.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Because this is critical. How do I save my...
Well, you sacked the exchange, which was strong.
Maybe. No, okay. What he missed, and what I didn't miss, but I thought I was going to have to try it, was queen f3. Oh, sorry, takes first. First of all, I could play bishop takes queen. That's interesting.
So if bishop takes queen, knight takes
Knight takes queen, bishop takes d3, rook d1, bishop c2, and maybe rook d2, and then I can play knight takes d4, and he can take on b7, I can play d5, and it's again, compensation, and I've got all this activity, but I don't have a pawn in that one. Although the
But King F7 looked like a very good move.
Well, okay, the problem is he has Queen F3 now. And if knight takes D4, Queen takes B7. Check. Pick up. King G8. And then
could you
Bishop
just
takes
play
F5.
the exchange down?
I could, but it's worse. First of all, I didn't get a pawn. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You don't get D4. You got one pawn.
No, I get D4 right away. I'm saying if Queen F3, if knight takes D4, Queen B7 check, King G8, maybe not the right move. And then Bishop takes F5, and I can take with the knight and tempo his bishop.
And then win his H pawn.
Yeah, and there's my one pawn, but I kind of wanted more than one.
Don't you have 2 pawns?
No, I got my B pawn. And it's a little annoying because he's on my rook, which is guarded. Maybe he has some knight D5 or knight A4 at some point. And my queen, if he just plays bishop G5 on all that, and take. If I take
But you
with
could
queen,
play bishop D3, queen D3, knight D4.
that's probably what I was going to do. But it's a tempo worse than the game.
Yeah.
A big tempo. I mean, what happened was I really got rolling. I mean, D5 is a scary move for him. E4.
Yeah, this is not good.
So something's gone wrong.
You're right. Queen F3 was critical.
Yeah.
Queen F3 was critical.
I was surprised you didn't play it. For a fair amount of time. We have times here.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. Are you sure it's over yet? Like,
Well, I don't think
Well,
it's
it's
over,
over,
but I
but-
think Black has
but I'm rolling.
Black has compensation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Bishop G5 was wrong. I should.
Well,
I
okay,
should
so
go
what
back
did
to
you do?
A3 and maybe.
We took here, and that I like this. The threat of F4 and E4 and etc. is just too much.
well, what if Bishop E3 here?
Okay, so let's.
Knight C4, right?
Yes, or maybe I don't want to take it, but
Maybe not. Maybe D3. I don't know. It's just like. I never
Yeah,
got
actually,
to
that's-
activate my rooks. It's horrible.
Well, Bishop E3 gives Black the problem if he has. Well, Knight C4 looks strong. I mean,
How about B3 first? Just B3 now.
B3.
I was considering B3.
Well, I have F4, if nothing else, keeping you in. Yes, Knight C4 was annoying when it happened.
Yeah. I didn't like that C4.
Score sheets. Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. We'll look at Elliot's game. We'll look at Elliot's game. Yeah, and Elliot's game.
Yes, when they turn on the vacuum cleaner, they can.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So we're gonna finish.
question mark F4 rolling. This is like one of those, like Leko, Kramnik, Anand,
Yeah, yeah.
Sveshnikovs that where suddenly Black breaks out and then. And
Let's look at this quickly, and then
Okay.
we're gonna switch to this German game before.
Okay, is that game done?
No.
And is Jim worse? I think he's been worse for a
Yeah,
while.
he's been losing.
He's got his usual
So Queen
material.
E1, then of course that just invites F3.
That's what I played.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
I was
now,
looking at Queen G3, but
now he's thinking.
just E4.
Yeah, because if he takes, he doesn't get to H5. I just take the G5 twice and checkmate him or something. Yeah, it is checkmate actually. So
also, Ezra Chambers was getting crushed.
threading H4, threading H4, and taking H4.
Now,
I don't know if he
King
had a way out.
G1 is forced,
I think so.
but you don't have a direct mate. but
We're not
it's-
so sure. I do.
You do?
Okay, I trade on H1.
Yeah.
I play. You ready? Knight C4. It's an incredible move.
Maybe.
Well, it's like
I
coordinate
believe it.
squares. If he ever takes on D5, I play queen check on the H file, knight E2 check on mate, or win his queen.
Right.
And if he doesn't take, I'm going to play. If he tries queen C1, or queen D2, I play queen G6 to have H5 for the check. He plays king G1.
I believe it's a win for Black.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
I just couldn't find.
I
it
have
for
this
it.
move knight D2, and even if he takes it, I
Oh,
play
I
H3 as
see. And
mate.
he
then.
doesn't have access to F1
Yes,
after
yes,
that.
very,
Okay.
very, and it
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
him from
I
even
believe
going
it.
there at all.
I believe
It's a
it,
great
yeah.
move. It's just a nice
I
move.
thought I
So-
took the rook because I thought
Or
it was safe
excuse me,
from
it's
the-
great. It's great until I put it on the computer and find out how bad it was. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that was that. And,
Okay.
oh, the finish is fine. Is nice. Although you've already seen it.
Well, let's see, GH4, Queen, yeah,
This
and
is
then
all
this
just-
kind of
it's just the force
geometric,
mate.
yeah,
It's all-
geometric.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it was kind of fun, and then and double check, and that's that. Okay. You didn't block with the knife.
That was nice of you to play onto mates. We have a good sportsmanship usually here at the Tuesday Night Marathon. Let's switch quickly to Stearman's game.
Oh, my goodness. So he's got a monster deep on, if nothing else. But there's not really. There's no way to
We have
support
time
it.
issue, time pressure issue here with,
Let me see. Where's the time? Oh, there.
yeah, on the left.
This should be a win for White.
White's been winning the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, he can play both rooks to the third rank and take with the C rook. And Black has 0. That would just be an extra pawn for nothing.
Yeah, but then it's a rook and pawn and.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Plus
let's
an
see.
F5.
I'm almost. Here's Sokobian's game,
Oh, but
and he finally found a way to win it.
oh, it's
Yeah,
over.
this was a very instructive game. I thought, like, I mean,
Oh, it's against Polchak. Oh, it's against Ezra.
yeah. This was. I just want to show
my God.
everybody where White went wrong here, and it was very. There was a few extremely superficial moves here.
Oh, yeah, it was just
Starting with this bishop,
French thing.
starting with this bishop c1,
not superficial.
starting with this move, bishop a3.
That's
This
nice.
was very ill-conceived
Really?
move
Oh, by
on
White.
White's part. G5. In other words, he just didn't analyze.
Forgot it could be checkmated or something?
Well, okay, so first of all, you play bishop a3. Black, what happens after g5?
I don't know.
You have to take, right?
Do the knight.
Then the knight takes.
And now you roll him
And
up.
now you have to go back with the queen, and then all you have to do is see queen d8, and now you see that White has a lot of difficulties in this position. You thought
Doing
this
something
was
new
great.
here. What's going on?
Yeah. You thought this was great, but actually this is starting to be a nightmare for
It's
White.
so hard to play these for White.
Yeah, I mean, it was all superficially fine, but the opposite colored bishops, look at this, returned, and Black's attack just played itself
We got
here.
more double bishop ones. I can't watch them.
And now if bishop f4, queen f4. I mean, I just want to see. We'll all see. I want to see how this rookie won. That was incredibly strong. By the way, fg3 check was even faster, I think.
Black's got
Bishop
many ways to
f4
win.
check, king here, rook h5, f3. He found kind of a
One way to
slow.
win.
Found a way to
Probably,
win.
probably missed 5 checkmates, but this is good enough.
Folks, that's going to wrap up our coverage of the third round of the Tuesday Night Marathon. Thanks for the 2 or 3 people that are watching. Still, my friends. Let's see. The only games left, I think, are this game. Something happened here with the White. Clearly didn't play Rook B3 here. I mean, that was just ridiculous. So I'm not really sure
That's
what
bad for
happened
me.
there.
That means I better make sure someone has a score sheet because Juan doesn't.
The only other game left is on board 1, where we have this situation here with White still in the driver's seat. Good night, folks, and thank you for watching.